Ladies, gentlemen, Speakerhead Squad, I don't think my camera's going to be working. Of course it's not. There's a camera. Let's try the full face cam and figure that out. Hold that thought, chat. Well, Hi, chat. Apologies for taking so long to get this set up. All of my stuff sucks. I also move my chips away out of the way. But, ladies, gentlemen, Speakerhead Squad, what's going on? It's your boy Speakerhead. Hope you all are having a good day, night, evening, or whatever time period it is. But welcome to the stream. Glad you could all tune in and stop by today. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can do this without breaking my camera. Hold on. There. Are we good? I was like, I'm very like off to the side. I'm like looking at my OBS. But all right. Like I said, welcome to the stream. We're gonna do our right off the bat figures of the day, chat. We got our Cell Shaded Optimus Prime, our Sanji from Whole Cake Island, and our nice Goku. Oh my gosh, if I know where my camera is. We got our nice Goku powering up for Super Saiyan. We got... I know for those who don't care, sorry, but I care. We got our Cell-Shaded Optimus Prime. And then finally, chat, we got our nice Sanji here joining us today. But game plan is we're just gonna be working more on the what's it called, the base. Hold that thought. Maybe I can do something like this, kind of. Side of my face isn't getting enough light. This one. This is not facing me apparently. There we go. That's a little better. Sorry, chat. As you can tell, top tier streamer. But let's actually start getting into things. What's going on, Nightmare? Yes, sir. That is Sanji from the Whole Cake Island arc. Actually, funny enough, I got that figure from an anime convention for pretty cheap because it was just a damaged box, but I don't really care much about boxes. I'm not like a box collector. I will keep them if I feel like I'm going to sell off the figure and I feel like the box will like help its value. More or less, other than that, I don't really care about the box for a lot of these other figures. So it's just like I bought it from the box all damaged and stuff, but the figure was fine. So it's just like, there we go. Got my Sanji, and it's a nice figure. I mean, I'll kind of pull it out again. We get my lighting's not helping, but it's a pretty good looking Sanji figure. Smoking the cigarette. Don't focus on me. Focus on Sanji. The cape's like separate. So it's a pretty good looking Sanji for what it is. I mean, I don't really like the generic kind of ace stance, but I think I only paid like 30-40 bucks for it, and it's normally like 50 plus, so it's just like, yeah, Might as well get the good deal. The only boxes I keep are my console boxes in case I need to send them. And yeah, see, like if you have a reason for it, I usually keep electronic boxes. But like, I'd say the only reason why I keep a lot of figure boxes is for accessories. If it has a lot of like accessories that don't need to go with the actual figure, like right away or anything. So like a lot of like third-party Transformer figures or just Transformer figures in general have a million like guns and accessories and all this other junk. So most of the time for those things, I will just like keep the box for that reason. Like good example, third-party Legend scale Transformers. They have like a ridiculous amount of crap that they come with. So I usually keep those boxes. But other than that, plus it helps her, like I said, if I'm shipping or anything. Glad One Piece is in its final stretch. Been a long journey. Yeah, see, I've only, I'm kind of a newcomer compared to like some people. These days, not as much. But yeah, like, cause I think I started watching right when Wano started, so right at the end of Whole Cake Island. Because I think that like when I caught up to the anime, it was like literally right before the scene with Wano, or in Wano with Luffy and the samurai guy. It was like before that, so it was like really early on. But yeah, I'm happy and sad that it's in its final arc. I know it's still going to take multiple years to actually finish things up, but I'm kind of, it's like a bittersweet. Like I'm excited for it to be like coming to the end, but at the same time, it's like I'd like One Piece to keep going. Let's see, maybe I can do this. Let's see, my monitor's already just super bright. Where is my monitor right now? That's 60%. Maybe if I bring it down to 50, that'll help a little. Alright. Started on the very first episode on launch when it showed up in the States. Very cool, very cool. So you were introduced during the 4Kids dub. I have not like watched it full the way through, but I've seen clips and like heard the voices, and it's pretty cursed. But I don't know. It was something, because I didn't really get into like, so I watched like Dragon Ball when I was like in high school, and I watched Dragon Ball Z when I was in high school, but I really didn't get into anime until like a year or so after what's it called, high school, because I went to my first anime convention because one of my friends who I worked with, they were like, hey, you should come to this anime convention. We're just getting a big group of work people, and we're just gonna go to this anime convention. And I'm like, I've never been to one, so I'll go to it. And yeah, I ended up going. It was a fun time. So I'm like, hey, I should probably know more about these animes, considering these and stuff, and got into more stuff. And still haven't watched a crazy amount, but I've watched enough where I'm like, I'm not a full-on weeb, but I've watched enough to where I'm satisfied and found what I like. Welcome to the stream rhythm. Glad you could join us. The only other anime that was over 800 plus episodes is Case Closed Detective Conan. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I've heard of that, but I've not watched that. The only like super long anime. See, it's like I haven't watched a lot of anime, but I've watched like, good example, all of One Piece, and I'm caught up with the manga as well. So that's like 1,000+ episodes. And then I've also watched all of Dragon Ball, all of Dragon Ball Z, and all of Dragon Ball Super. I didn't watch GT. I probably will just binge watch it one day. Probably next time I'm like super sick. That'll be a show I end up watching. But I've like watched all of like Hunter x Hunter, and I'm like up to date with the manga with that as well. So it's like, even though like I haven't watched like a crazy amount of some of the shorter stuff, like I've watched some of like the longer running series, like at least in terms of like your average anime. Like I'd say your average anime in terms of like manga, I'd say like 100-ish chapters, and then like I'd say in terms of like animes or whatever, or anime or shows or whatever, I'd say it's like maybe like 3 to 5 seasons. Did you watch Solo Leveling? No, that's one that I haven't watched, but I know a lot of these names of anime. I just haven't watched them, mainly because it's just like I don't have time. I got so many other things I want to do, chat, and that I gotta do. So it's just like, and just to keep up with the stuff that I already watch on a weekly basis and do on a weekly basis. Like One Piece is like one of those things on a weekly basis. I gotta keep up with all of the YouTubers and theories and everything, so that way I can actually know what's going on and be prepared what to expect for the next chapters and stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot that I do want to watch. No, not Black Clover either. Like, to actually name all the ones that I've watched off the top of my head. So you can just say all of Dragon Ball, not including GT. One Piece, I think I had a list for this on my phone at some point, because I was just like curious about like all the different anime that I've watched. Hold that thought. Let me see if that's on this phone. That might have been on my old phone. Is that on this phone? So I was just like writing it down for funsies one day. That might have been... on my old phone. Huh, I thought it was on this one. I'm not gonna scroll through all this again because this is kind of a lot, but I'm gonna eyeball. I'm just gonna kind of go off the top of my head then, because I did write it down at one point. Maybe it wasn't on this notepad thing, but so yeah, we're just gonna say screw it, I give up. But like we were saying, sorry for that kind of like long pause. All of Dragon Ball, One Piece, I've watched Kill Kill, I've watched Mob Psycho 100, I have watched gosh, it's a lot harder to like think of off the top of my head. This is why I had it all written down, because I've watched like 50 episodes of Fairy Tail. I wasn't really into Fairy Tail. Trying to remember. Man, I cannot think of old anime that I've watched off the top of my head. My Hero Academia. That's another one. I guess if you want to count Pokemon, I watched like first, like, I don't know, like, I guess you could say the season 1 like Pokemon of the Pokemon series. I don't know what seasons that those actually are, and like what generation 1 of the Pokemon series. Anything after that I didn't really watch, except for maybe the occasional movie. Man, I feel like there's 1 or 2 more that I'm just like missing off the top of my head. Like I said, I haven't watched a lot of anime, but I've watched enough and I'm satisfied with what I've watched. let's see. Sorry, catching up on chat. I'm actively watching Solo Leveling. I'll have to check it. Like I said, a lot of this I'll have to watch when I'm free. It's like I have a lot of shows that I do want to watch. It's just, I don't know. It's like, until I find other things that I really enjoy. I like things that are continuous, which is why I like One Piece. Like I hate like watching shows that I know have a conclusion, because then like I get like sad at the end. It's like that bittersweet of like, oh well, it's done now. Now I don't have anything else to watch, because I usually binge watch my shows, which is my problem. It was just called Pokemon at that point. Yeah, see, it's like I didn't know. I just know there's like the anime is like, I don't know if it's technically like a new like show for every generation, but it's like, yeah, I watched the original stuff with Professor Oak, and here's a good way for people who have actually watched Pokemon. I stopped after the Orange League, or the Orange Islands, or whatever the heck they're called. So it's like after Ash loses in the first tournament, and he's like, LOL, I'm gonna go to this other island then. So, but all right, well, that's a good amount of anime talk for a moment, but that's what I've watched for the most part. Like I said, Dragon Ball, Hunter x Hunter, My Hero, Mob Psycho, Kill la Kill. If you want to count Ruby, because it's like a Western anime, but Ruby as well. Kind of like stopped liking it after a bit, but I did really enjoy the first couple seasons there, especially when they had it all on YouTube and everything. Yeah, exactly. Nightmare. That's probably where I'd assume I stopped. Wherever like the first original like series ended, and then they started on a new series, because I didn't feel like going and finding it like every single series. Because that's the problem with Pokemon. Like people have like done videos on it. It's like you have to go to like 7 or 8 different like streaming sources to actually watch all of Pokemon. If you're Ruby, I'm counting Genlock. I'm not totally sure what that means, Nightmare. I am only on 200. Are you talking about for solo leveling rhythm? Let me start loading into the world. I do have things to show you, chat. I do have a lot of things that I've done to the world. That's the thing. It's like I get a lot of my creativity and like stuff. It's not that I'm not creative on stream. It's just that I get it all just kind of sporadically. So like I'll just kind of like I'll just like get like thoughts of what to do in the moment. Oh, day count on Palworld. Very nice, very nice. I mean, I will say, keep in mind, I have like almost 3,000 hours on Palworld at this point, so I mean, it's understandable. Yikes, that sucks. See, that's why I also made sure to do saves of my stuff. I'm counting. Oh, Genlock. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, because Ruby's like a weird one where a lot of people are like, it's like in Western anime, but like that. Other than that, like it's not like I watch like a bunch of cartoons. That's like the only American cartoon I watch. But chat, I have things to show you on the world. But also just quickly getting back to what you were saying, Rhythm, that does suck about your world. I mean, I don't know if you had any backup saves or anything, but yeah, that's why I saved all my stuff on my PC before the update, just in case something like that happened, because especially once you hit over the 1,000-day mark on any world, it's just like, yeah, you want to make sure that's saved. Honestly, probably anything over 500. Anything you don't want to lose is what I'd say. Pure CG, but it's loved. I mean, hey, it's whatever you enjoy. it's like, and let's just say this, I don't even care if people like genuinely enjoy like stuff like reality TV and whatnot. Also, I'm aware this is just horribly placed. I just placed this down. But it's just like, yeah, you watch whatever you enjoy. It's just the only thing I can really say is don't be a dick and like hate other people for what they enjoy. It's like, okay, you don't enjoy it, well, move on with your life and enjoy your thing. But we got a new worker friend. We're still on our pursuit of having a bunch of little tiny pals to do all the work. So we got a fully upgraded Panglet, and I mean, he's only a level 2, but he keeps things cold for 2,800 minutes. So I think that's more than enough. I don't know about you, chat. Gotta go. Tired as by the way. Oh, I remember crates. I know you changed your name a million times, but I remember you, crates. Don't you worry. But also, sorry about never responding on Discord. Like, I occasionally see messages on stuff, but like, I really am only on there to check when One Piece chapters come out. But I do occasionally see messages on Discord. I'm just like almost never on there. So, and sometimes I'm lazy and just don't respond. But yeah, I remember you, buddy. Don't worry. I still remember you, but I hope you have a good rest of your night. And yeah, definitely feel free to check out the stream later. And yeah, we'll be streaming again in the future and stuff. But you have a good rest of your night, buddy. Like we were saying though, chat. At least in terms of pals, we got this guy. We also just put a couple things here. We just got this here in the corner just so they got some stuff to regenerate their sand. I also got this right here as well, so we have a nice little palm tree. I also had these lights out here because I figured this would be nice. I did extend this out one more just so you kind of had more of a proper walkway to get to that. But that's all we really did on this part. The main thing that I did that was not on stream was, I'll show you all of that in a minute. That's different stuff. But the main thing that we did, we completed a lot on our city, chat. So, let's first off, what are you doing coming to my city? Do you have a permit? Why can't I hit you? Snipe. Cool. Alright, anyways, sorry, chat, I got distracted. Like I was saying, we did a lot of work on the city. Obviously, we built a wall. Added a nice lot of stuff to this town area. Added some nice little plants and some light posts. Got the nice city center right here. This is just a chest that I could probably empty out. Oh, this is where all this crap went. I was wondering where all this went. So let's finish showing off the hotel because this is what we were working on last time. So we'll start with this and then we'll show off the rest because everything else is new. So I added a little rate, a money rate for the hotel. These are probably going to change if we ever actually make this like a dedicated server, but that's just what I put for now. Made a little sign showing what's on each floor. We'll go up here. We added actual signs to the room so you know which was room. So this is still the basic room from last time, chat. Nothing has really changed from this. But we did finish building all the rooms. All the rooms are nice and completed. Up here, we completed the second room in here. So this second deluxe room is all done and ready to go. Hold on, I'm gonna do this too. I hope the music isn't too loud, chat. Because I'm just looking at audio levels on this. There, we'll have it like that. Hopefully that's alright. Maybe a little quieter. But as I was saying, chat, So we got this deluxe room all set up. So these are all good to go. And guess what, chat? We have finished the VIP room. We have finished the VIP suite. So you come up here. Got all of this nice area. All nice and set up. So you got your nice little table here to eat at. Got your nice little lounge area. Got a little kitchen, chat. Isn't that neat? I'm thinking I might move that to right there on the wall. So they're both facing this way, but we will see. Got this other nice little hangout spot with the deer. As a deer scare, is that what it's called? Yeah, deer scare. We also just got this little spot right here just so it's not completely empty. In here, chat, we got a nice luxury bathroom. You got the spa, you got the toilet, you got the shower, you got the sink with a mirror and everything. I think it looks pretty good if you ask me. And then on the upper part, we have, well, first off, you can also look at the nice big ass building. Oh, I forgot, before we even show off that, I also made this guardrail, kind of ugly, not gonna lie, but until they give us something better, this is what we're working with. So at least you have a little bit of a railing. I don't know why there's one there and not one right there. There we go. Sorry. OCD was like, I can't let that stand. Alright, but we got a nice little balcony. Probably going to put some chairs out here in a little bit. Also, just for like extra VIP suite privileges, besides a spot to be able to store your stuff. Which, by the way, if you want to use this stuff, we'll give you your own dedicated dudes. Can you show your production base? Yeah, I can show that here in a minute. I just kind of want to speed run through all the stuff. I want to speed run through all the stuff we got going on. Because, I mean, part of this big city is production. So I can at least show you that, how we got that set up at the moment. Quickly speed run up here, chat. Like we were saying. We got this nice, lovely area. This is more of the bedroom, also a hangout area. So we got the fireplace. Nice and neat. We got a nice little spot here to hang out. We got the piano. Got the 2 desks also for appearance. Got all these shelves. And that was another thing I was going to mention, chat. As like you kind of talked about last stream. If this becomes like an actual roleplay server or anything. Like if I copy this and make it on, or put it on a dedicated server or something. One of the big privileges of being in the VIP suite is you get the big chest of being able to store all your stuff, which I think would be pretty nice to a lot of people. And same with all these bookshelves, and then like same even with that. And you got 2 little nightstands. But that's our VIP suite, chat. So that is all of the hotel. I think it looks pretty solid. We'll probably do a couple tweaks here and there, but I think that is pretty nice for what it is. How do you even decorate like this? The only thing I do for decoration is place foundation. It's a lot of time and effort. So it's like, if you watched our last stream, God, I'm like looking at my thing. Hold on, I'm gonna do this. Hold that thought, chat. I'm like looking at myself and I'm as white as a ghost right now. Hopefully that'll make it slightly less painful. But yeah, like I was saying, pretty much if you saw from our last stream, essentially all I really do is I just look at what we got available, and I just kind of am like, what would I think would work in this situation, which we'll go over more of that as we go through more buildings. Gotta love a camera. It's not dead. It's just messed up. Chat, this is why I need a new camera. Is it good? This is why I need to make my little animation thing, chat. I'll probably do this, honestly, after this stream. Make my little animation in case my camera's dead or not working. But let's move on so I can kind of show you some more of the decorating. So let's do the spa since it's right here. Chat. Let's keep this. Yeah, let's keep it open. So, welcome to the spa, chat. This is like the pal place. So, we got our thing for if you want to decorate your pals. We got our nice little desk here. I kind of made it out of those little nightstand things, the iron. Which ones? These, the ironwood side tables. I just kind of shoved a bunch of them together, and voila, we have a desk. I'll admit, doesn't look the greatest, but also doesn't look terrible. And you can actually sit at the desk and be like, hello, welcome to the spa. This is where our food is as well. So just got a little bit in here. Got our big spa thing here, the high quality one. Got 3 of the small ones. These kind of look more like beach towel, like more rugged. So that's why I use them for the spa. In here, I just shoved. This is where we got our alpha and beta wave stuff, plus our PAL gear table, plus a lot of the stuff we need for our pals to work well. That's also a pro tip, chat. Use staircases to your advantage to shove crap where you don't want, or it's a good, excuse me, let me try all of this again, because apparently English is hard. But, yeah, if you ever need to shove a bunch of crap somewhere and you don't want it to be seen, shove it under staircases. It'll help you out a ton. How many pals do you have bred for raid? It depends. For Bastigor, you can check out our my 2 videos on that, but, for Xenolord, I have 50 fully upgraded Bastigors for that, and I think 13 of them are alpha. The rest are regular. But just quickly go over this chat. Up here, we have just our general pal spot. We'll put more beds and stuff as we need them, and our healing pods and whatnot. So nothing too crazy up here, but I think it's a pretty good spot. Yep, everything fully condensed. I can show you them in a sec. But, because we're going to be running past our pal box. But this is our nice little spa for our pals, chat. I think it looks pretty nice. Let's go to our box. I can show you that. So, here's a bunch of our Bastigors, as you can see. All of them. Fully condensed and everything. At least 50 of them are. I think, yeah, a couple of these guys aren't, but that's because this guy's my one. I'm probably going to make my pal hunting Bastigor, since that has mercy hit. And then this is just my rainbow one. Because I don't know, having like a full rainbow trait pal is kind of fun. But, yeah. Like I said, got them all fully upgraded. Took a long time. I had like 10 breeding farms going, but we got it done. We got it done. Oh, by the way, chat, meet the Great Defender. This is our base defender for the city. He's pretty cute. But yeah, he's who defends this base, because I'll quickly show you his stats. He's pretty goated. He's got 2,700 attack and 1,500 defense. So I think he'll be able to take on anything that comes his way. So that is why he is the Great Defender. Let's move on to the industrial plant, because this is probably what you're interested in, Rhythm, at least for somewhat. I'll show you my other bases as well. We'll speed run through those after this, but Here we got the industrial plant down here. We have our nice little setup for workshop stuff. So we just got some crates just for some nice stuff. We got some storage lockers. We got some just random crap. We got just the random iron desk. Got the toolbox because I was like putting that next to that because it all kind of matches. We got just the weapons workbench, regular high quality, and then the sphere one right here because those just see, that's the thing you gotta think too, Chad. Stuff that you just generally build around your base can also be used as decoration. Like I think the aesthetic of all three of these workbenches just look good, which is why I use them, even though in all reality, up there I have all of the assembly lines. So it's like I technically don't need these, but they just look nice, chat. You know what I mean? They just look nice. But then we got these three mining things. I wish I could fit more in here, to like be 100% honest with you. But this is what I could do for the space I had for the city. But in all reality, I technically don't need it because I have my other bases. We got our two giant generator things. I forget what the heck they're called. The big things. The gigantic furnaces, and then we also have the giant what's it called too, the food thingy, this large scale stone oven. I'd put another one here, but there's no, it first off isn't technically in range of base. Second of all, it's like, I don't know, Hal wouldn't be able to reach it anyways. But in here, chat, we have our little medical center. So I know this technically isn't medical, this is just a way to get all your stuff, but it kind of, like people have said, it looks like the thing you like lay down in and stick your head in and scan if you have a tumor. Sorry, if you watch Family Guy, you know. But this just looks good in here, plus I don't really have any other spot to put it, so that's why it's here. Got our guild chest thing here. This is where I keep all my general supplies for now for base building. Just got this nice shelf because kind of looks sciencey. Iron shelf has a little thingy right there. I don't know if that's a coffee maker or whatnot, but it kind of looks like sciencey. So we're like, screw it. Or I'm like, screw it, I should say. I don't know why I say that as if there's multiple. Poor Lois. Hey Lois. Hey Lois. I'm a tumor. But sorry chat, getting distracted. Just put all the fancy science stuff in here, and this is just the medical station essentially. Nothing too crazy. I love this little guy. Look at his little waddle. Waddle. I love Joel Talk so much. Chat, if I ever make any sort of like Palworld like related merch, or like even emotes, Joel Talk is being part of it. Ignore the voice crack. But up here, we got a lot of our assembly lines. So we got our advanced spheres. We got our two different weapons and regular assembly line. And then we got our disassembly machine here. I was gonna say, I haven't heard the name Mikey Bolts in a long time, but I used to watch a lot of Mikey Bolts. I don't even know if that... See, that's the problem. If I turn on this, I can hear myself. I'm way better at the Escuela one from Family Guy.
No. Mr. Superman is not here. No.
I always loved doing this Squealer one. That's why I got like pretty good at it. It's just so fun.
No. My baby.
Squealer was the best, dude. Appreciate that, Nightmare. But getting back on track with showing off the base. Like I said, this is the assembly line stuff. I'm not actually even sure if pals will be able to fully get up here, so I might just need to yeet them up, but this is what I did for the sake of the city to try to keep things compact. But Other than that, though, chat. Also, this was fun to stack. It's always very fun to stack these. Anyways, last building, chat. Last building. Let's see. So this is the power plant or electrical plant. I'll change that name in a sec. So we got our generators here. Nice and good. Got that there just so gives them that extra boost. Got a little lobby area. In here we just got a couple of things to hold electricity. Just a couple, chat. If you're wondering how many there are, it's 13 times 3, so 39. So we have 39 of these. So I think it's enough power, at least for now. But in case we need more, that's what we got Jolt Hogs for, fully upgraded. At least one of these guys are, the other one you are, I think. I think this one is not, yeah. The ones that are named are the ones that are fully upgraded, so work hog. Very last thing we gotta show off, chat, because that is not all of this building, because if you come back here, what is this? You can't see it because it says power capacity, but question mark, question mark, question mark. What could this be, chat? What could this be? What could this be? So you come up here and oh, what's in here? Oh, is this the bar I was talking about last stream I was gonna build? I think so, chat. So we have our bar area. We got our nice spot to eat. We got our nice bar right here. I think I'm gonna put some lanterns on this thing just to give it some more, a little bit of style, you know. But we got some more tables here. Just got some general carpet, just in general nice area. Up here we got our some more tables, and then we got a nice fireplace right here. So, and then we got the nice skylight so you can actually have a nice little view. But we got the nice little hidden bar, chat. So for those who want a spot to hang out, this is where you go. This is the only other like actual building on the outside. All the other doors are on the inside. But that is what I accomplished last time. Oh, and then I plan on putting stuff in here, especially like what I think. Once again, I think I will eventually save this world. I'll probably destroy all my other bases so people can have those plots of land to build. But we'll probably save the mega city, and we will have it so like I'll put like before I actually make it a dedicated world, I'll like see if I can put like 1 million of like bunch of stuff in, and then because I won't be in this world that much, I'll probably store a lot of, or put a lot of my pals on sale or whatever. So, but that's the general plan for the stores. We got this all nice and set up as well, chat. But that is the city right now. Kind of don't like how these are all just big white square boxes essentially. But I hope the insides at least make up for how boring the outsides are, because I really tried on the insides, chat, to make these look somewhat neat and interesting. So when you went in these buildings, it wasn't just like, oh, boring building. Like you actually go in it and you're like, oh, I get the vibe that's going on here. This is definitely like, that's why I kept the stone for this, because I'm like, oh, this is kind of like spa aesthetic. And see, then all the pals, they can rest up whenever they need it. So I don't know, chat. I don't know about you guys, but I'm personally pretty happy with it. But to get back to what Rhythm was asking, I can kind of show off some of my like production bases, because I do have all of this stuff, and then I got these over here. So for farming, we'll show off this base first. I will admit, I plan on reorganizing this base. I plan on redoing a lot of my bases, because I think I'm going to try to fit the expedition station, or at least one of them, on to this base, because you can only have one at one base. But essentially I plan on redoing this because I don't like having two separate bases just for specifically the expedition stations. It's kind of annoying in all reality. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm gonna try to redo this and make this a lot more organized. But this is my farm base. Not super clean, but just got all these connected. For those who aren't aware, you can kind of like overlap these. As you can see by this one, it's not straight, but you can like overlap the plots of land. So if you just put them close enough. So that's what I got here. Once again, this will probably be laid out much differently in the future, so I will keep you guys updated on that whenever I do that. I was going to build something up there, and then I kind of realized I really couldn't build structures with these in the way, so then I gave up. And then we got some of these over here for ranch stuff as well. But then in terms of production, I actually kind of just redid this, so it is very like half-assed at the moment. So this is my like mining resources base. So we got some generators here, and then we got the dual oil extractors. We got one iron thing right here. We got another one right here. Also, for those who can tell by now, I have 0 weight on. But then we have like all other types of resource mining just lined up here. I don't have anyone here for wood right now because I really don't need wood. But yeah, essentially just got these all kind of lined up on the edge right now. I plan, like I said, a lot of this I plan on redoing. The main reason why this is really half-assed at the moment is because I moved. My original mining base was right here, and that wasn't even that great setup either. But I just recently moved that, so I had more bases available. But other than that, though, just got this little shed with a bed and some little things to hold some extra electricity. Got the high quality springs hanging out there, and then just a crap ton of beds. Once again, plan on redoing all this in the future, so this is obviously a very like lazy setup, but it does get the job done. It does what I need it to do. I just need these to stockpile till they're at 10,000, and then I come pick them up every once in a while, and then I come grab these every once in a while, and then we call it a day, chat. That's all we do. Not gonna lie, level 5 mining Depresso would be funny with its animation. Yeah, I was gonna say that's the one thing that I kind of miss that they changed. I liked how like whenever you like maxed out everything and it was like level 5, they would like actually like be insane like animation where it's like it would literally start like glitching out like that. I understand why they did it, because obviously it lagged your game, but I do miss the old animations, how they were like, oh, excuse me, like hyper speed. I always thought that was super funny. But then the only other like quote unquote production base, I'll show you my main base as well, just so you can get an idea of how I have like building stuff set up. The only other like quote unquote production base I have is this one, and this is like my breeding base. So just got a bunch of beds. This is where I do all my breeding for my guides, essentially. So we got 5 breeding farms. Right now I'm just making broken versions of Weak Pals. Just because I think it'd be funny. I just think, like, it'd be funny. Just, like, the mighty defenders of my city are just, like, a Lambo, a Captiva, obviously, Krokjiro. I just think, in my mind, it's funny. I don't know if anyone else will find it funny, but I find it funny. Same with, like, a mighty chicken that, like, has, like, demon god, diamond body, and vampiric and stuff. I don't know, chat. If I ever figure out how to get legend on these guys, I'll let you guys know, but it's still a struggle I'm figuring out, because, like, the only thing you can, like, breed these guys is, like, Captiva and, like, Lambo to get a Chickapee. Is that what they're called? Chickapee? Yeah. See, chat, as much as I play this, I don't pay attention to the names. Also, thanks for the Trantress locations in the vid. Didn't know they could spawn in the desert region. Thought they were locked at Faybreak only. See, and that's the fun part about making these guides, because besides you guys learning stuff, I learned stuff too. I had 0 clue until I made that guide. And that's actually something we're going to do together as well, because is it me or did they make this like, I don't know. It usually doesn't feel this bright in here. Oh, hold on. Before I actually do that, Oh, my dog. Hello, Dougie. Do you guys want to meet my dog? Hold up. We're getting sidetracked. Chat, we're going to meet my dog. Hold up. Hello, Dougie. Hello, oh, hello, Dougie. Oh, ow, your claws are digging into my freaking leg. Chat, we're gonna meet my dog. Dougie, come here. No, Dougie, come here. Good Dougie, my sweet baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, hello, happy baby. Oh. How do I want to do this so you guys can see my dog? Look at my dog. Look at this little guy. Who is this? Oh. Dougie. Hey. Hi. Chat, this is Doug. This is my fur ball. Hello, sweetie pat. Oh. Hi. Why are you so your whole... My thumb just went almost all the way down your throat, bro. Relax. He just jumped up and like my thumb was like that and he just went straight. Relax, bro. Baby, hey. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, my baby boy. What? You guys boomies again? Oh, fuck. Chat, if you couldn't tell, he's very needy. Dougie, wait. Baby, oh, dude. Yeah, I see you. You silly pants. Oh my goodness. He's a little goofball, chat. I don't even know if you can hear me. He's a little goofball. Yeah, are you silly? Oh. What he does is he'll end up like nuzzling his face, like how he plays. He'll just smash his face on the ground, and what he'll do is when I'm sitting like this, he'll end up just smashing his face into my crotch, and it hurts a lot because he's just headbutting my crotch. Oh, and now the cat's joining us too, chat. The gang's all here. Yeah, what do you want? My house is a zoo, chat. I got this furball who's being needy. I got that other furball who is also just as needy. Yes, Dougie. Hello, Stinky. Yep. Hello. Baby. Oh. Hello. I caught you. What are you gonna do? Oh, there he goes. Hey. Hold on, chat. We might need to take... Oh gosh, my mic arm is all messed up. Ugh. We might need to take a quick breather here, chat, because I might need to go check on my animals, make sure they're not killing each other. So, let's see. I'm like an hour into the stream. Probably not a bad time to change camera battery either, so... We're gonna, change camera battery quick. And yeah, I'm gonna go check on my animals. So we'll be right back, chat. All right, chat, we're back. I don't know if we're actually back though. Okay, camera is back. Cool. Alrighty. Sorry, I needed to make sure my animals weren't killing each other while I was like doing stuff. See, my dog is like super needy, and what he'll do is instead of getting water himself, because I keep water on my bowl, or I keep like his water bowl on the ground. Same with like the cat water as well, obviously. When instead of him just getting it himself, he'll like come get me, and then I gotta like put it in front of him, like on the couch, and then he'll actually drink. He's so goddamn spoiled. I love him, but gosh, he is so needy sometimes. But before we got distracted by my dog chat, I did want to go back to what you're talking about with Tarantras Nightmare, because there's something else I wanted to check. And your cousin has a similar dog breed. Yeah, I don't really know what my dog's breed is. I gotta do the DNA testing on him, because like, story about my dog chat, little story time. Essentially what happened was, when I was doing my delivery job, I ended up just finding him running around by an elementary school. And yeah, he was super shaggy and dirty and whatnot. And I ended up following him for like 30 minutes, because I was just like, is anyone watching this dog? And he just kind of was, essentially he was walking himself, chat. That's something I learned. Like, he'll walk himself if he like escapes and is just by himself. Because it's happened with me, well, technically not with me, but like I was having someone watch him when he got away. I'll tell that story after, but essentially found him just running around by an elementary school, followed him for like 30 minutes in my car, and then like also on foot, and then I finally caught him. He finally stopped, let me pick him up, and then I yeeted him in my car and took him to like the local police station or whatever, and I took him to Humane Society. And then from there, waited a week, called every day to see if the original owners of him was gonna come pick him up, and they didn't, because they apparently were like, oh well, we were actually gonna bring him back to Humane Society anyways, blah blah blah. And it's like, you guys clearly just let him out and didn't care to look for him, because like they said that on like the very last day before he would like be able to be adopted out again. So it was just like, just crappy dog owners. But long story short, day he got put up for adoption, it was the most stressful day of my life, because there was like 7 other people, or I think it was 8 other people in total that were there to adopt animals and stuff before me, and like it went in order. So I was like 8th or 9th in line, and there was a couple that was deciding between my dog and another dog right before me, and luckily they went with the other dog. But yeah, I remember that dog's name too. It was Violet. That's how like stressful it was. Like, I remember that, everything about that moment. And but yeah, finally ended up, after waiting at the adoption center for like 2 hours, adopted my little stinker, and he's been my little fella ever since. So there you go, chat. There's my little story about my dog. But like I was saying about the story about the time he ran away, he literally, like, apparently if I'm not with him and someone else is watching him, he'll just, like, if he gets an opportunity, he'll just be like, later, and then he'll just run away. But then, like, it's weird because he'll just literally, like, take himself on walks. Like, it's not like he's, like, running away and, like, getting into mischief. Like, he'll stay on, like, the side of the road and just walk on the side of the road. It's just, he just takes himself for a walk. Like, that's how people found him, when he ran away with me, or like whoever was watching him at the time. Because like literally someone's like, yeah, he was just walking on the side of the road, and we just kind of stopped and picked him up, and once again yeeted him in my car, and then bam. And then they saw us out just walking around, and it was like, hey, are you looking for a dog? And voila, I got my dog back. But it was very stressful, chat, both those times. But I'm kind of like bouncing between multiple things. This is just ADHD brain chat, but yeah, long story short, and then like going back to Rhythm's thing about the whole building stuff, like I was saying, breeding base, just got this big old structure stuff. Got some energy stuff in here and some alpha beta wave stuff. And the very last thing I have that is anything of note in here is where I store all my eggs. We just got this big old area for eggs. That is the last thoughts I have on that, because if I try to think of anything else, I'll forget. What do you want, idiots? Dummies. But getting back to the thing you were mentioning before as well, Nightmare, I actually wanted to check something for a guide. Or I guess I'm gonna have to do with controller. It's gonna be all buggy. But for Azramain, I think that's how you pronounce it, the lightning horse. I gotta see if he spawns anywhere on the map, because I'm working on my guide for him right now, and I gotta adjust my script if he spawns elsewhere. So right now I just know he spawns as a boss. Like a boss. So he does spawn at night, apparently. So he can just spawn generally anywhere on the Faybreak Island at night? I'll have to do some testing and looking, because I guess I'm never really, like, around during the nighttime. So I guess that'll be something I will have to keep note of, because, yeah, I guess if he spawns at night, that'll be something I'll have to incorporate into my guide. But good to know. Let's go to this base too. To be honest, I don't even know if you're still here, Rhythm, but if you are, this is the very last base that I have anything at that's of note. Like, this is my quote-unquote main base. So it's just like, we got our furnace, or stone ovens here. We got our gigantic furnaces here. And here's just our work area, kind of similar aesthetic to the stuff at the other base. Essentially take everything that is at that mega base that I showed you. Everything that is there, a lot of that came from inspiration from this base. But it's got this assembly line here. Once again, energy stored underneath stairs. It's a good tip for anyone trying to, like, figure out where to put stuff at their base. Store stuff underneath your stairs. Our little mini bar here, once again, a lot of the aesthetic cues kind of taken from the other bar. Over here, just some more spas. Some of this got deleted because this is a little, like, fun little note chat. When we did our Xenolord fight, I turned on, like, just normal settings, and I readjusted a couple of them. I forgot to turn off deconstruction of stuff after certain, like, not being within your base vicinity. And a lot of my stuff got destroyed, so I had to rebuild a lot of things. But, I guess to quickly go into this building now, down here. So this corner building. Here, I'll actually show this in here too. Right in the middle, we got our two little ice crushers. Two little quality springs. In here, just some storage and random kind of junk. That kind of stuff there. A lot of this is where I have pretty much essentially all of my storage for a lot of my stuff. So I'm not really gonna go through all of them, but this is all like supplies, and then more or less this is all like equipment and ammunition. Like, good example, this is regular or this would be your quote-unquote basic ammunition. This would be your more advanced ammunition, and then this is just like all their miscellaneous ammunition and higher quality stuff. So, and then you got like your actual generic weapons, you got these armor, etc., etc. Up here we got my room. We got just some more stuff for assembly lines. We got my room. Once again, nothing really like industrial here. We got this just for storing clothes and all hats. Like, this is where I keep my other Xenolore head. The Blazemut Ryu horns you guys have all seen. All of my crowns from the Bellinor Libra Ultras. And all other, what's it called? All hats from defeating hard mode bosses, including Bjorn and stuff. Someone subscribed. I apologize. I should have looked at that immediately. Whoever just subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate the support. Without your support, the channel would be nothing, and then it would really suck to make guides for literally nobody. So thank you for subscribing, and thank you for liking the content. Welcome to chat, Sad Asian. Yo, bro, I have a question. Is there any way to feed all pals inside box? The attack boosts food faster instead of feeding them one by one. Unfortunately, not really. My only recommendation that I could give is having if you can like have your pals already get some like food depletion down, you can kind of just like good example, have them fight like a week the regular, like a good example. Okay, let's say hypothetically you're about to fight the ultra version of a boss, and even if you're fighting the regular version, for this example we're using the ultra version. What you can do is fight the regular version, or fight just some weaker bosses with said pals if possible. So like good examples, just like the regular Bellinor fight would probably be your best bet if you're going for the weakest. Have them use up a lot of their stamina and hunger and whatnot, and then just don't have any food box at that base wherever you do that fight, or fights depending on how many you need to do. And then put down a box and just have all your dudes eat a crap ton of food, and then once they're all done eating and everything, store them all back up. They won't be at 100% food, but at least you'll have all the buffs on them, and then you don't have to feed them one by one. So that's what I do, at least when I'm doing because especially now that you can get tablets a lot easier, I've been just to get a lot of pal fruits, I've been speed running a lot of Blazemut Ryu fights, just because those are the easiest with my Bastigors. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. Whenever my guys get hungry, I'll just like put down a food box, and I'll just like put down, I usually use Mazzarina cheeseburgers because those are a little bit easier for me, and I have a few more of those stockpiled compared to other foods. But I'll just like throw a bunch of Mazzarina cheeseburgers in there and like eat my children. A feed all button would be very nice. I think that would be like a good way. See, the main thing is, especially since it's all like you can only access pals, like all of your pals in a pal box, it would make sense if there was like a repair all button like there is on the repair box, except for feeding pals, where you can just click like feed all, make 100% or something, or restore all pals to full food or something, and then it just goes off of like the first slots in your like food, or whichever food source it takes from. Like I obviously, like at this base I have like 5 different food boxes, but more or less it would just take it from like the first slot, just like these guys would normally eat, and it's just like you feed it like that. But I think it would be a good idea. Anyways, chat, let's do some building at these bases, shall we? Because what I would like to do is I would like to get this area prepared for actually setting up some bases, because I think the city, more or less, to be honest with you, is about done. I don't really know what else I could really add, unless it's just going to be, once again, just kind of miscellaneous little things. Did I see the new roadmap for this year? I did. See, that's kind of one of my things where I'm like, I don't know if I want to make a video talking about the roadmap, or I'm just going to let people look over it, or if I might just post a little screenshot just for like people in my community to check out. But I did see it. Yeah, it's more or less, I'm excited for it, but I'll be more excited once stuff is more concrete and set in stone, because right now our roadmap's all nice and good, but I'd like some actual dates on when we should be expecting to see some things. a vid with your opinion wouldn't hurt. I don't think it hurt. It's also just a matter of like time. Because this is what I always say about too, just like not having the time. Like this is why it takes me multiple days to get out a single guide. Because it's like I have my own free time already that I like to enjoy when I can. And when I'm not actually like recording videos and stuff, I'm usually either working on stuff in the game or I'm working on like getting stuff prepared for an upgrade guide, whether that's actually breeding pals or like getting like the images I need and everything. But yeah, and then on top of all of that, it's just like I got my regular work and everything, so it's like I only got so many hours in the day to do stuff, and I don't have the time to actually be able to make like on the fly videos like that. I could if I make like really lazy videos, but I personally don't like making like lazy videos. I like actually making videos that are like worth it. Like the guides are like one of those videos where I'm like, assuming that they don't go all out of date again like they did for Faybreak, it's like something people can like consistently go back to and like look at, compared to like, oh, just an update thing. Like here's a good way of putting it: a guide in a month will still get views, but a video just talking about my opinion on like a roadmap will not get that many views in a month. Like it'll kind of be a dead topic. I don't like discussing stuff that'll be irrelevant in like a couple of weeks, because especially with being a smaller channel, it's like usually that stuff won't grow my channel as much as like guides, where it's like, once again, as long as my guide, they don't make my guides irrelevant again. Palworld, Pocket Pair, don't make more stuff that'll make my guides not relevant anymore. I guess it just means there's more content I can make for the channel, because now I gotta make 2.0s of all the guides already made. But point being, yeah, it could be, if I had more time, I'd like to make something like that. Like the thing is too, there's still so many other videos that I want to make that are already kind of like becoming out of date, that like the longer I wait to get around to them. Like good example is I planned on making a video just going over all the structure, like the new structures we got from Faybreak, but it's just like the update's already been out for like a month. So it gets hard to be like, all right guys, brand new structures, even though they're a month old. So it's one of those things. Yeah, like if I can get to it early enough, I will. Like that's why a lot of my update videos, to be honest with you, all of my news videos, I made them solely because I found out, like the second I found out about them, I just made a video as fast as I could and put it out, which is why those are a lot more chill and relaxed compared to my regular videos, because it's not scripted or anything. It's kind of just like, let's go over things, and I'll just kind of cut things and then throw in music in the background and call it a day. Compared to the guides, where it's like a lot of it is audio based, but I do like having some visuals, even though like my visuals aren't amazing. Like I like having some visuals that people can at least look at and see like, okay, this is what he's doing. But yeah, hopefully that kind of answers your question. Let's just say this: if we want to go over it on stream, I'd be fine doing that. Maybe I can do like a stream highlight and just kind of like clip it. Because I don't mind doing that either, chat. And that's like something else I plan on doing. I plan on, like, especially once I get to the point of not streaming at 720p, with just like a better computer. Essentially, I want to do more stuff like this, where it's like I just take clips of streams, because that'll make it so I can put out content more frequently. Because that's a lot of the problem. It's like I always say, if I can ever get an editor, even to edit like every other video or something, it would just help me out a ton. Do you know if Yakumo is bugged when it comes to breeding? Been trying to breed Eternal Frame on Xeno Loader for like over 3k eggs and still can't get it on them. I think they adjusted stuff for... Also, I saw your other message before that, Nightmare. I will get to that in a sec. But I think they updated how easy it is to get certain passive skills onto pals, because I'm having that same problem with a lot of my pals, which is why I've been using Yakumo in general. Like, luckily I've got a Yukuma with more or less all the passive skills I want on them now. But yeah, like, I've been trying to get a Xenolord with Swift, and I've been trying to get a Jet Dragon with Eternal Engine. And for both of them, I've essentially given up, because it's like, I play the game a crap ton, but like, I don't have time to be like breeding, like, especially when I'm trying to also breed other like pals for like guides. That's the problem, chat. As much as I'd like to breed pals to upgrade for my own personal use, it's like I have to usually save a lot of my like breeding slots for guides. Like right now I'm doing it for personal stuff, but it's like, other than that, most of the time they're saved for guides, especially now, like what I was just talking about with Christian. By the way, I didn't say welcome to the chat. Welcome, chat. Yeah, it's I think they just made it so rainbow skills are extremely difficult to get, because I know for Xenolord, just like breeding the rainbow skills onto them, it was a hassle to get diamond body. That took forever. So I don't think it's broken, Christian. I think it's just really difficult. I think that's why I want to learn, like, this is one of like the nerdy parts where I genuinely want to learn this and see if I can learn any info on this. I said the same thing like 3 times, apologies. But I want to learn if like the actual like percentage wise of what they put into the game, if someone can like crack the code of Palworld and tell us that, where it's like, what percentage chance do all these skills actually have of being placed on a pal? Because that would be huge to know for like guides and everything. Like, good example, is it like a 5% chance that you'll get this skill out of the, like, I guess if you take out all the exclusive skills, it's probably like there's like 86 skills in the game or something. I think I just recently counted, and so it's like probably like around 70 skills that can randomly be put on a pal, not including those pals that have those exclusive skills. But it's like, I want to know, like, oh, is Demon God like a 5% chance of getting on a pal compared to like all these other ones, which are like a 15 or 20% chance or something? I know obviously those sound super high, but I'm just kind of like giving general ideas of numbers of like, what are the odds of us actually getting these passive skills on our pals? Because it definitely seems like they made it a lot more difficult, which once again, for making guides, it's making it difficult, because I like using alpha pals for my guides, but it's hard to get an alpha pal with these passive skills on them now. So it's like, man, like, luckily I've already kind of stockpiled a few in advance, but I'm gonna have to get back on the grind of that again, chat, because yeah, like Christian said. So no, there's not a glitch or anything, unless it's a glitch I'm just straight up not aware of. Also, sorry, I'm like messing with my nose. I think I gotta shave my nose hairs. I got something tickling my nose. But well, I mean, even if it's like you're breeding, you gotta remember that they inherited pals can breed down skills, but no, just in general, breeding rainbow skills are just, they have it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like the more rainbow skills you have or something on a pal, but yeah, they're just difficult to get. Some of them are just actually painful. Like I said, I'm still trying to get a Jet Dragon with Eternal Engine and a Xenolord with Swift, and no luck. Like I've bred probably like just as many Xenolords and still not have gotten Swift on any of them. So unfortunately, no glitches as far as I'm aware. They're just very difficult passive skills to get. So I hope that helps you out. Yeah, and like I was saying, Nightmare, it's like I think he knows that. I think it's just that he's been trying to just get Eternal Flame. Because you gotta remember too that Yakuma doesn't work with Xenolord either, because you can only get that from a raid boss, so it's like it wouldn't matter. So sadly not. It's just you get lucky essentially and hope you get one. What am I doing now? I was quickly reading chat, but we are going to continue building at this base. That is the plan. I appreciate you subbing, Sad Asian. If that was you earlier, I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, I like giving advice when I can, and as I always kind of say, I'm not ever gonna claim like I know everything about the game, but you know, when you got like 3K hours in the game, you pick up a couple things here and there, and like even Nightmare and I were talking about before, I teach you guys the advanced stuff, and then you guys can teach me the most mundane basic stuff, because I am one of those people who will refuse to go look up basic videos on how to do things in the game. So then I'll do things in the dumbest way for 3,000 hours. And then we just find out after 3,000 hours, there's a lock tool for putting down decorations and stuff. Nightmare, thank you. But God, I'm mad at myself more than anything that I didn't know that. And it all it took was one button and the replacement tool. Thank you. Exactly what I mean. You teach me the basic stuff while I teach you all the nitty gritty stuff. Whoops. I haven't done a raid yet. I'm in Bellinor level range and might try her. Fair warning, Nightmare, that do not trust what the levels say for the raid bosses, because they are difficult as heck. Like, I wouldn't face Bellinor Libero until you probably have... If you have, like, maybe, like, 30 plus... It depends on how you're playing. If you're playing with, like, stock 15 pals at a base, like, you probably wouldn't even be able to have 15 pals at a base, I'm guessing. I don't... It's been a while since I've played on default settings, so I don't remember all that stuff off the top of my head, at least in terms of how many, like, how many levels, in, like... Or how many pals are given per each level up at your base. Sorry, my brain is just not working wanting to talk properly. But if you have 15 pals, I'd say you'd probably want at least like 50 plus like level 30 pals like set and ready to go, because other than that, I'd say you'd probably want to wait until at least level 40 or 50 to be fighting Bellinor or like any raid boss, because they're difficult. They are even Bellinor Libera, which is the quote unquote easy one. It says like level 30 or whatever. I would not... If you're maybe playing with multiple people, sure, level 30. But by yourself, I would say definitely at least like level 40 or something. You can just bump up your custom settings. That's fair. If you're fine doing that, then yeah, definitely do that as well. But what I'd say is I'd give it a shot, see where you're at, and then work off of that. Because like I always say, you won't know how close you are to beating a raid boss until you actually fight the raid boss and test it out. So just like our Xenolord, it's like it took us a few shots to beat it. But like we were talking about, chat, we're going to be working on this and starting to build that. So we're going to build... I'm going to grab some building materials. Let's... I'm going to grab stone. Let's grab some wood. Grab some of this. Is there anything else I'll really need? These are just stone. And these are all just wood. Excuse me, chat. We're now also, I'm gonna mention, we're probably not gonna stream super late. Like, we're probably gonna stream for like another like hour and a half more, maybe slightly later, because I do have work tomorrow morning at like 5. So like, for those who might not be aware, for me it's like 11:40 p.m. So even in like 15 minutes, I'm only going to be getting like 5 hours of sleep. So that's why I'm saying we're only going to stream for like another hour more. But I'd like to at least get the pathways done to the next part of our city. Because as you can see, we expanded here. We'll go on the actual path and make it nice. This is our Lamball Defender, by the way. He's very cute. But we got our new staircase up here just to kind of get us around this big old mountain cliff. And see, this is the type of stuff that I don't mind like doing like off stream, because like building these paths is so tedious. But I think a game plan is too. We'll quickly hop on Jet Dragon. We're stuck because he's too big. But I'll kind of give you guys a general game plan. So I think we're going to expand this in two obvious ways. So we're going to expand this one to down here. So we're going to have a little spot here. I don't even know if I'm going to put a base here, in all honesty. I think I might just put stuff here and just like make this a little like spa area. Because I don't know what else like base wise I could actually put here. And then we might just like make this lower part a base area or something. We'll see. Because I was kind of wanting to always make a base on the water. And I know this isn't exactly deep water, but it is technically on the water. So if I can do something like that, that'd be cool. But then the also game plan is where I think I'm also going to make a little base thing up here. A little village up here. So then we got like that village, we got this stuff here, we got that viewing point up there, and then we'll have like another like town or something kind of down here with like spa and stuff. But yeah, that is the general game plan, chat. Oda Nobunaga would love a place like this. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure they would. Heck, I'd love a place like this in real life. But I think the plan is we're just gonna figure out. I think we're gonna leave this as this for now. I think the plan is we're gonna start on this other side and start building down to the spa area, because like I said, I don't think I'm gonna make this a base. Like, I'm not actually gonna put a base spawn location. Especially if we have another village thing like lower down here. But yeah, I definitely want to have something here. I think this would just be a very nice spot to have things. So let's start building a pathway down. Famous Chinese conqueror from ancient China. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure he would love something like this. Maybe less box shaped. See, that's the nice part about real life. You can actually not be limited by building walls that look super boring. And you have more than one poster you can put on the wall. That's not like a long rectangular banner. Let's see. So we're gonna have to first delete this. For some reason, it won't let me ever actually place them unless I place stairs first. I think we're gonna have to do this, chat. You know what am I doing? This is not where I want to build this. I'm being stupid. I'm like, why does this not feel like I wanted to have, or I want this to be? Thank you for Dr. Randy for subscribing. Appreciate it. I apologize, chat. We're just doing a bunch of nothing, apparently. Oh, gosh. Lag. Lag! There we go. This makes way more sense. I was so confused. I'm like, why is this not why is this not how I remember leaving it? There we go. All right. Just get these built. See, and then what you do, chat, is once you got structure, because usually how it works is it can go about 2 out before you need more structure support. But you can kind of be a little cheatsy with it because... And now what we do, chat, is on the lower one down here. Go like this. And now we can build 2 stairs here. And still have this all kind of be lined up. That's something technically if we wanted to, we could probably go 3. Which I might end up actually doing now that I'm kind of looking at things. That's how I kind of decide on if I want to have little platforms in between the stairs. Because sometimes I'm fine with it taking a little longer to like build up to where I need to. And sometimes I need it just to go as tall as I can and as soon as I can. Or like go up or down as rapidly as I can. That might not make a lot of sense, but like essentially if I only have a certain amount of space, like good example for this, I can't have it kind of like zigzag down. I gotta just have it go straight down as fast as I can. So we're gonna have this kind of work in my advantage. So then from here, if I did my math correctly, first off, let's finish building these just to make sure we got structural support. We will be going back. See, this is what I was talking about with the not enough support. I also forgot to build this here, which is part of the reason why. Also, you're technically, once it touches the ground, that's more than enough you need, but I always like going above and beyond and having it like go fully into the ground, because honestly, it just looks a little nicer, if you want my honest opinion. So, chat. There we go. Now what we do, we don't miss that. So what we'll do is we will build this first set of stairs if I can reach it with my stubby little legs. Okay, that's not lining up. There we go. So we got the 2. Now because we built this, oh wait, I actually technically kind of messed this up, but we can fix this. Technically we want this one lower. It'll grip right here. So finicky. There. Because now what we do, chat, we go like this. Build this to make it look a little less crappy. Now, what do you need? Not enough structural support. Something I don't understand half the time, chat. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it's like, yeah, you know that thing you wanted to do? Nah. I gotta do my other technique then. We're gonna have to do this, but right here. Probably. Cause D-U-M-B dumb. I might just end up I just like doing mental math. No, because that wouldn't be right. I think. It doesn't help that I'm like kind of tired, so it's like my brain power is definitely not good enough. I just want to play more of the game, chat. I have this slight thing called a problem. If I can build this right, that'd be pretty neat. Whatever. Might end up deleting that one then, because there are all those extra pieces, because this isn't really necessary then. There. We also don't need these poles. Yeah, we can get rid of this one. There we go. By the way, didn't you have something to say about my comment about the tree island? Oh yeah, that's right. I apologize. Let me go back. I didn't mean to ignore that. I just like totally forgot. Let's see, where was that comment? Oh, there it is. To me, the fact they mentioned the tree now instead of later in its life has me wonder if full release is soon. I wouldn't say soon, cause the thing with the tree, the roadmap, I have to go look, but unless they put some like actual dates, that roadmap is just essentially everything they plan on adding until full release is how I kind of see it. So pretty much when they put out that roadmap, that's just a bunch of stuff they plan on adding in the future. But once again, unless they have some sort of specific dates on when that stuff is being released, I wouldn't exactly get your hopes up for like this stuff being released soon, because I'm sure Fabric already, this is probably something they were working on probably like way even before Sakurajima. But who knows how much, especially with this lawsuit, how much other stuff they planned on, or how much more that set them back. Because like they might have been pretty good on Fabric, which is why they didn't get set back too much because of the lawsuit. But it might have set them back in terms of like stuff that's going to be coming out in the future. So like the next update might not come out until like next summer or something. But my hopes is we'll get something sooner, but we will just have to wait and see. But, and like I said, it really depends on how much that lawsuit actually set them back. Because they did say they did have to kind of like set aside some resources and whatnot to take care of that. So hopefully it didn't affect them too much, but we will see. But yeah, the fact they mentioned that, at least that like gives us confirmation of, hey, this is something they do plan on like eventually putting out. The fact they mention it makes me hope as well that they'll put it out sooner than later, but I wouldn't hope like within like the next few months. Like I wouldn't say like the gap, well, maybe the because what, Sakurajima came out in like July. I'd say maybe that same time period. I don't know if they'd release that island specifically, but that'd be my guess on the next major big update. They might have a couple small updates here and there, but anything large, I'd assume probably give that at least from where we're at the moment, at least another like 4 months before anything major comes out. That's not how I wanted that to be placed. You know, we can make that work, actually. Hold that thought. There. Nailed it. Alright. Actually, I only half nailed that because I gotta do this, but 1 row lower. So we're gonna put stairs here. This is another reason why I usually build by myself, because I'm like usually like very brain dead, and as you can tell, I'm very bad at like paying attention, so I'll be like trying to figure out what to do, and like for streaming purposes, it's, at least I feel it's very boring. If you guys think differently, I'm glad it's not boring. But I'm just sitting here like in silence, like thinking like, oh, what should I do? And I'm like, not sure. What do you mean not enough structural support? What do you think that is? Oh my lord. And now you have structural support. You can suck my ass, buddy boy. See, that's another problem with just like general like building, and that's what I've kind of learned after building like my other smaller bases, and especially this one. It's like some of the building stuff, you got to do such wonky things to like make work. Like, good example, for some reason, like when having a staircase there, it said not enough structural support, but when I took it away, it said it was fine. It's like just some of the building stuff in this game is just a little buggy. Fair, and it'll be a set schedule for major update patches of it. Follows a 4-month cycle of major ones. Yeah, we'll kind of see. Once again, because of the lawsuit, it might mean like they were already like pretty far into this update. Or like the Fabric update, I mean. So it's like they might have had this one ready, but here's a good way of kind of putting it. Think about the lawsuit as if it were like COVID. Hopefully I don't get immediately like banned for saying that word these days. It's been 4 years, okay? 5 at this point. But essentially what I mean by that though is, because of everything kind of being shut down for so long during 2020, a lot of stuff didn't get affected in 2020, but when it came to 2021, that's when things really started being affected. Like, good example, that's why, like, I don't know if you were buying cars at that time, but that's why like all the car prices were like insanely high during those times. Like, I'd say 2022, even these days, are still pretty insane in some cases. But yeah, it's just like, I think this is where we're gonna end it, and we're just gonna start putting platforms. But it's like, that's how you gotta kind of see it, but on a much smaller scale, obviously. So it's like, yes, it didn't affect anything yet, but it could potentially affect future stuff to come out. So we'll just once again, like I keep saying, we'll have to wait and see. First off, because technically I don't think the lawsuit's even officially over. I'd have to double check on that. It's been a while since I've actually like looked into it, but we haven't really heard anything major since. So that's another reason why I haven't really been like hardcore keeping up on it, because there hasn't been any big news since we got our first initial stuff talking about it. But yeah, we'll have to see. Honestly, I'm just doing that because it looks a little better if it's all kind of filled in, even if literally nobody's going to be using this little area right here. We'll put something there. Just trying to kind of fill this in so I got an idea of what I'm working with. But, I mean, I can hope. I hope we get some big things for this game this year because as someone who's making content on this game, the more stuff I can talk about and make videos on, the better for me. That's what I say. Look at how, like, over there, I couldn't build a thing. I can't, there's no ground to place here, but I can place it right here, which has the same exact problem. Once again, like, I just don't understand, like, the borders on some of the stuff. And, like, I can't place this here now because I can't place there. It is whatever. Didn't ask, game. Didn't ask. And toilet paper prices during... Yeah, I was gonna say, the whole toilet paper thing was just insane in general. Also, by the way, that placement of those staircases worked out beautifully. I didn't really mention that, but that's what I was talking about. Like, so, like, what I was mentioning before about, like, the cutting straight down compared to just having a little jag. So, like, obviously, this is all just straight shot, but then here it's like... I guess this isn't a good example. More over here. So, like here, how you got a little jagged part instead of it just being a straight shot. It just works a little better sometimes when you have those extra little flat parts here and there. Like, or like right here. Like having that right there. Just works a little better. And it's nighttime. We might as well sleep so we're not having pals waste slots. Look at these guys. Look at these happy little men. But... yeah, the toilet paper thing was just wild, because in all reality, it's like, I don't know about you, but like, even with roommates, we weren't going through like an insane amount of toilet paper. Like, I don't know, like, if people were like eating the toilet paper or something, but like, that's the only way, like, unless like all these like people were eating these like food ration bucket things that you pay like couple hundred or thousands of dollars for, and that have like hundreds of meals in them, and because they're all such crappy processed stuff, like everyone's having diarrhea, which is why they needed all the toilet paper. But other than that, I never understood why like that was like in such high demand. It's like, bro, just literally buy the amount that you normally buy. Like, I don't understand why that was the main thing and people weren't storing up on like actual like important stuff like canned things. Like, I know some places where like canned food was going out the shelves and stuff, but like at the stores I was at, like all canned stuff was fine. Like, I got plenty of cup ramen, I got plenty of all that BS, like all the stuff that you could possibly think of for like stuff to just put in your cupboard that won't expire in like a month. Like, all of that was fine. It's just, I don't understand why people went so crazy on the toilet paper. The confusing part to me is that Pocket Pair launched the game on the Switch. I didn't hear about that, actually. Did they actually release that on the Switch? Because if they did, that is hilarious. Because at that point, I don't even know if Nintendo's paying attention. Speaking of ramen, I'm gonna make some ramen for myself. Very good choice. See, I'll sometimes just buy some like cups. Like, usually I won't buy the packets because I'm lazy. But the like instant cups, like I'll buy those and I'll just keep some in my cupboard. And it's like, oh, I want a beef one tonight, and I just grab one of those. Because they don't like, it's not like a meal, but it's a good way to like fill you up. Like if you just need something kind of small, but also something that'll like give you some sort of like sustenance, you know what I mean? Not like eating a bag of chips where it's like you can eat the whole bag and you don't feel full, but you just kind of feel crappy afterwards. Like, yeah, it's like the cups of ramen are perfect for that, and they're cheap too. It's like you pay 50 cents for like one cup. Aw, dude, don't kill things, please. I don't care what enemies there are, don't kill whatever it is. What are you? Oh. Well, you're dead. See, I gotta be careful because since this stuff's made of wood, I can't have them just destroying things. Oh, you're also dead. Hey. El Bozo and the look at him, his head's just stuck in the ground. Looking up your skirt thing. El Bozo. But I think we're gonna make a little. I don't even know how I want to properly do this because I want to make a way down, but I also don't want to just have a staircase building all the way down into this. Should I like almost like destroy one of these rows and like make a little staircase like how do I want to do this? How do we want to do it, chat? Ooh, maybe we can use this to our advantage. Chat, I just thought of a hopefully big wrinkle-brained idea. Let's test this out. I'm not a huge fan because obviously there's a big ass rock on the way, but what if we use this as our nice little stair path down? I love this bow. Also, before we end the night, chat, we might do a oil rig run because still working on getting a bunch of legendary stuff. So, and considering that they're still dropping common stuff in the oil rig, I still got plenty of grinding to do on that. So maybe we can do one of that. It overlaps because I'm in the way. There we go, chat. Look at that. And then we'll build a little thing right here as a little area. We'll probably destroy some of these and have a kind of like stick through the top so it's not in the way. And then look at that. And then you got this nice little area you can go to. And then we'll probably over here, we'll build a little staircase down to this. Look at that, chat. We're doing the big things now. I couldn't think of proper wording. Leave me alone, chat. I'm tired tonight. It's not like other nights where I'll like say like I'm tired and then I'm like streaming for 6 hours. For realsies, dead ass, no cap tonight. I am tired. Do we want to build it out this far? That's honestly a real question. I don't know if I want that. Like, is this good here? Is this going to be like too intrusive? I don't know. I don't know. That's not what I meant to shoot. I get rid of this. Problem with these bamboo, they're kind of hard to hit. I don't know where their hitbox exactly is. Like, I don't know if it's the individual actual things or if it's just like a actual square that I gotta hit. All right. This bow is like my ultimate like farming weapon now. This is what I use to literally like clear out anything. As you can see, it's just like power it up once, quick reload to keep moving on to getting rid of stuff. How did that take like 1100 damage and not be destroyed? All right, it's clearing out everything from right here. See, look, and now we have a little trash pile we can also grab from. Yeah, these we'll adjust these. We'll probably put like a roof or something in some area, or we'll figure something out. We might keep these poles here. Or, well, like I said, we'll figure it out, Chad. But point being, this is the area we'll be working with. I do want to look into that though. What you mentioned, Nightmare. If they actually did make it so Palworld is on the Switch, that is actually hilarious. It's like, obviously Nintendo doesn't care that much if that is the case. Also because I haven't personally mentioned it, if you're enjoying the stream right now and have not subscribed already and want to support this content, make sure to subscribe and maybe leave a like while you're at it. Chat, can this video get, or can this stream get like 30 likes? That'd be pretty cool. I don't really do like goals or anything, but I don't know, it'd be kind of fun. I was thinking about doing that for some videos in the future, having a like goal, but if you're enjoying the stream right now, make sure to drop a like. It really helps show that you guys enjoy this content. It helps give me motivation to make more content and work on stuff, and hopefully we can make this a full-time career one day, so we can make so I can hire an editor and get stuff out even faster for you guys. But also, if you enjoy the music, make sure to check out the music label, Speakerhead Studios, completely DMCA free music label. Got over 70 songs available. I think we got about 50 lo-fi, a little bit over 50 lo-fi songs, and around 17 EDM. The EDM is going to continue to grow a lot more than the lo-fi, but we will continue to add a few songs here and there to the lo-fi playlist. But if you're interested in any of that, chat, all the links should be in the description of the stream. That is all, though. The game Pocket Pair launched on Switch is called... oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay, so I am aware of that. I'm aware they released a game on Switch, but it's just like, I mean, you gotta think about it like this, too. Palworld is not the first game this this team has ever developed, so it's like... As interesting as that is and a little funny, it's just like... It'd be more of a, like, dunk if it was like we released Palworld on the Switch. Like, I think that would be just the ultimate dunk. Is there already a thing there? Is that why I can't build one? I'm trying to see. Yeah, okay, there is one there already. Just want to make sure those actually connect to the ground. Also, we're gonna ignore that, chat. We're just gonna pretend like that rock isn't clipping through my stairs, okay? Okay? Drugs bad guy. I don't know if I'll want that there. We'll have to see how the floors work. Because if it's clipping through the floor, we'll have to build it one higher. I'm kind of hoping this works where it's at. It's clipping a bit. I don't know if it's clipping enough to where I care. You know what I mean, chat? It's like, does this little bit of rock clipping through the floor make it worth building a whole level higher and potentially kind of messing up the whole build structure of this base? I don't think so, in all honesty. I think we're pretty good. Oh, we are seeing them. We'll build a little bridge right here. You can hang out by this little water spot, and then you can also hang out right here and view this. We'll probably get something right here to come down to this one, so everyone can have their little spots to splish splash, take their little baths. You know what I mean, chat? Why can't I squat? Or my legs broken? I guess in water you can't squat. Interesting. Either way, chat, not important. Nintendo, we're gonna sue you for copyright infringement, but please continue to launch games on our system. Yeah, like I said, it is a little ironic, but at the same time, you gotta think about it like this. Like, it is different than, like, once again, like, them being like, we're releasing Palworld on the Switch compared to, oh yeah, we're releasing just a generic game. We're just the same company. It's like, I don't think Nintendo is petty enough to be like, yeah, we're not gonna want more money for our company because you're the company that we're suing. It's like, we're gonna sue you, and then we're also gonna make profit off you putting more stuff on our system. Thanks. That's how I kind of see it. But once again, a bit ironic. I don't think this building below. Oh, it is. Cool. Poggers. Poggers. There was like a German girl that said it like that once, so that's I love like mimicking it. Poggers. Kind of like half deciding because ooh, this is the main problem, chat. We'll have to build a little bit of a goofy bridge if we're gonna have a bridge. It'll have to literally be something like this. Because we have a bit of a diagonal base going on here. How do I want to do this? You might need to be a little cheatsy with it for now. Hold on. Put this structure thing right here, and we'll hope it's all we'll need to actually continue building. Okay, cool, because now we can actually just do this, and that should attach everything, hypothetically. There. Not the cleanest bridge, chat, but once again, this is why they got it like another idea for stuff like a half floor. Like, I think that'd be cool, or just a corner, having just like that variety of floors. I have the whole mountain sticking. Yeah. See, it's just like, once again, it's like one of these things where I'm like, is this little bit of grass and whatnot really worth being like, oh, gotta build a whole level higher and mess up my whole building system? Nah, I don't care. By the way, Palworld is big enough to get a rip-off mobile game. I mean, on that note, Nightmare, first off, there is that rip-off of Palworld already that's out. I forget what it's called. I also just do not care. But it's just like, there's already a company that ripped off Palworld that released their own version of it. A knockoff of a knockoff, one may say. But, also on the note of mobile, I think Pocket Pair said that they were trying to make a mobile version of Palworld. So, like, that wouldn't surprise me if that's eventually a thing. It's probably going to be way kind of scaled down and dumbed down, but I'm sure it will be a thing in the future. I apologize, chat. I'm kind of like analyzing the area we got to work with, and I'm like, what the hell can I build in this area? Because as we've all talked about already too, it's like we're very limited on the decorating stuff, so I'm like, what can I use in this area that would actually like work for a like spa hangout at the beach aesthetic? The only things I can literally think of at the moment are these Japanese floor chairs, and then like bonsai trees, and then maybe some more of these little decorative little things, obviously lanterns and stuff, probably a lot more deer scares and Japanese hearths, which we'll have to grab supplies for. But point being, yeah, I don't really know what to build for a spa. We have like 50 decoration items total, which isn't a lot, to be 100% honest with you. But we will figure it out. I might almost even like delete this floor as well, by the way. I didn't mean to shoot it, but since I was already thinking about deleting it. I just don't like the look of like stuff floating. Like, I honestly don't even like this one here, but I think we'll just kind of live with it. Same with this. Not the biggest fan, but at least it's kind of like out of the way, so you won't see it as much. This one you'll see like all the time. So instead, chat, we're gonna replace it with this, and then make this look a little bit more I don't even think I'll need to actually add a floor. I think we'll just leave it as that, to be honest with you. Because I don't care. Pocket Pair does that. They really concern or conquer the market. Yeah, can't read, obviously. They really conquer the market for future games similar to Palworld. Yeah, that's the thing. I think, and it's kind of one of these things that I'm kind of surprised people are still kind of like talking about and being like, oh, Palworld's gonna get deleted, blah blah blah. Anyone who is still saying Palworld is gonna get sued out of oblivion at this point, no offense, but I just think they're stupid. See, like, this one goes all the way down and touches the floor, but why don't the other ones? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand how some of these things work. Like, this thing just stretches down all the way to the floor, but all these other ones don't. Like, see? I guess that's probably the max limit they can stretch down, but, like, betway. Just make it so it, like, something in your code where it's, like, automatically touches the floor. By the way, this is going to be one of those things, too, for a water base. Like, if we're going to build a base on the water down there, we're not going to be able to actually build these structure floors. We'll have to just do roofs with pillars. It seems like that's going to be the only way to get around that. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really impressed it took up to this point. Oh, there goes my camera battery. But I'm genuinely impressed that it took up to this point for, like, the angle of how I set up my initial base is finally starting to, like, get in the way and not work. Like, chat, like, what you don't understand is I just kind of built this first base area right here. Like, I kind of just built this bridge. Honestly, this is, like, the first thing I built out of anything. I built this bridge, and I've just kind of built off of it. And somehow that bridge has turned into all of this, chat. To be honest with you guys, I actually, like, this is more of a content creator problem, but I literally am having struggles trying to, like, get pictures of the entire base for, like, thumbnails. Because I'm, like, trying to get pictures and, like, show off, like, oh, we're working on this mega base, but, like, I literally can't get the base in the whole, like, shot. Like, that's why you seen this thumbnail that I got for this stream. It's literally, like, not big enough. Like, it's cut off because I can't fit it all without, like, stuff being in the way. But chat, I think the game plan is we're going to switch camera batteries. Yeah, we're going to switch camera batteries, and then we're going to finish up a little bit of building here tonight, and then we're going to pretty much end in, like, I'd say max an hour. So, like, I don't know what time it is for you guys, but it's 12:30 for me. So, very, very latest end stream by 1:30, so I can be, like, KO'd sleeping by, like, 2, hopefully. That is the plan. Or at least laying down in bed by 2. But that's the plan. We're going to BRB for a sec while I change camera batteries, and we will be back in a minute, chat. So BRB. All right, we're back, chat. Apparently not, because I forgot to turn on my camera. Now am I back? Not quite. Now we're back. Hi, chat. It's 1:32 for me. Yeah, see, that's another thing about wanting to make this like a full-time or part-time job. I kind of have like the best way of putting it, I have a fucked up sleep schedule where on days I work, I will be up till like 1 or 2, like usually probably more like midnight, but like somewhere between midnight and 2 usually, because I'm usually working on videos and stuff. And then on my weekends, I'm up all night, and then like I usually get like, and I also just like get bad sleep in general. So like more or less I get like 4 hours of sleep a night on a good night, and then I will like occasionally take a nap during the day if I really need it. But yeah. And then like usually on okay, I take that back. Sometimes on weekdays it's a 50-50. Sometimes I'll be up super late, but if I'm just super exhausted, sometimes I'll just crash at like 8 p.m. But like usually I try to stay up till at least 10 p.m. on like an average work night, just because I try to be as productive as I can with the time I have and with work, and also just try and have some general free time for myself on top of doing YouTube content. Yeah, you don't get a lot of that, so that's why we're here streaming, chat, because I figured I was just going to be playing and working on stuff anyways, so I figured I'd make working on stuff in the game a stream. But hopefully the game plan is, by the time I go to bed tonight, I'm going to try to make sure my script for my next guide is pretty much done, and then tomorrow I'm going to try to record that. The last things I just needed was to see where Azramain spawned, and then I just need to write down a couple things for abilities and whatnot, and just make sure everything else is kind of laid out properly and written down properly. But other than that, the script for it is more or less done, so hopefully I should have that recorded in the next day or two. And then the goal is to have the guide up before the end of the weekend, or before the weekend, but it might end up coming up on like Friday or Saturday, but we will see. The goal is to have it up by like Friday though, so if not Friday, the end of this weekend we'll have another guide up. But chat, I think let's how do I want to set this up? Because we got our platforms all situated. Now it's about making this, because we'll work on building down to the lower part in the next stream. I want to start getting stuff kind of situated here, but I don't know what to build. I think for starters, let's just get some of these built. This is structure, because I think we're definitely going to be putting some roofs around this area. That's not. Jet Dragon, you gotta go, buddy. Go away. Oh, I also saw some. I like talking about my comments, because some of them are just like kind of like dumb comments in my opinion. Like I remember in my Jet Dragon video, or my guide for that, someone left a comment and they're just like, it's pronounced Jet Dragon, like jet and then Ragon, but the way I say it, it sounds like Jet Dragon, like Jet Dragon. But it's like, you try saying that name fast and have it not sound like you're saying Jet Dragon, like even though it's Jet Ragon, Jet Dragon, or Jet Ragon. It's like one of those things where I'm like, you're right, but do I care? You know what I mean? It's like, at the end of the day, I don't care. So it's like, neither should you. It's like, it's not the biggest deal in the world if I say Jet Dragon's name's slightly wrong. How the fuck do I want to do this? So I want it there. And we're gonna have to do some goofy stuff, chat. We're gonna have to do like this. There. Once again, just one of those goofy things I was talking about with the building, where it's like, you can do some things in this game, you just gotta do it in a very roundabout way. And it's like goofy how it's like these slanted roofs can like just casually go through the building, but no. Anything flat, nope. Can't build that there. Cause suck it, that's why. Oh yeah, I did see that. I was gonna reply to it just like, hey ma! 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 I did see, that's the thing. I'll mention this, and this is just like a little insight to how I read my comments. It'll probably change, like, obviously, as the channel grows, but like with how many comments I get usually, I'll usually see a lot of them, I'll read them, and then I probably just will not respond or like react to them in any capacity for like 2 days. Like, unless it's like something like where someone has a question. Like, that's a pro tip. If you want my attention in my comment section on my videos, ask a question. But if you have like a genuine question about the game and you like leave it in my comment section, I'll usually try to respond to those before anything else. Just because it's like, yeah, anything else, like, I'm sure everyone wants a response as soon as possible. I'm just really bad at responding. But it's like, yeah, if you have a question, I'd like to like get those answered before anything else. Because I feel like, once again, if you have a question on something, it's probably a question you'd like response on ASAP. So it's like, if I can respond to those and give those answers first, that's what I will do. But yeah, I do see a lot, like almost every comment. Like, I'd say within the first few hours of it being posted, I will like always see it. It's just a matter of when I actually get around to responding to some, because some I'll just react to, some I'll actually respond to, some I'll just completely ignore. Especially if they're like somewhat negative. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, that's the thing you learn about YouTube, chat. If it's constructive criticism, that's one thing, but if it's just like general negative, it's just like, okay, because people, they do not care when they leave a comment. They're just like, I'm gonna leave this comment and never come back. Like, there have been multiple comments where people are like just saying like just straight up rude things, and then like I respond and I'm like, oh yeah, well, fight me. And then they just never respond. I'm like, all right, well, clearly you don't got the guts to, you're all bark and no bite. Because it's like, I don't mind having a little bit of a back and forth with somebody, because at the end of the day, it's not like it's gonna affect me, it's not gonna affect my day having an argument with someone on a YouTube comment section. But it's just these people that will leave a comment just be like, this video sucked, or like, yeah, this was stupid. And I'm like good examples like on my like raid boss fights, because like obviously I've used like 50 pals in the past. People are like, oh, this is dumb, and it's just like, all right, well, this is just how I play. And then they just don't respond or anything to that comment, and it's just like, all right, bro, well, why are you even commenting? Like, I don't care you said that, like, dummy. Also, sorry, how's it going, Nomu God? Or Nanu God? I apologize, I don't know how to fully say that, but what's going on, my friend? See, this is how tired I am. I've read your comment as, I'm autistic. Maybe I'm autistic. I'm sarcastic and a bit cynical. Can you show us the perfect Bastagor in live? I can show you the Bastagor. I mean, I can show you, like, I don't know if you mean like in a battle or just like the general stats. Like, I can show you them. I have a lot of them built. See, this is what I'm talking about, chat. Maybe it's just like one of those like I don't know if it's like stage fright per se, but it's like whenever I'm on stream, I have like the hardest time thinking of stuff to do. Maybe it's because I'm like also talking to chat, but it's like I have such a difficulty like thinking of stuff that I want to build. But when I'm just like chilling, like watching, because this is how I usually play, chat, and this is why I don't stream all the time. It's like I'll just like play and I'll just watch YouTube videos while I play. Like I'll put on like a 2-hour like YouTube like podcast or something, and I'll just like listen to that while I do all this stuff on Palworld. So it's like obviously we're listening to my music label right now on the stream, but it's like, yeah, trust me, I'm not like that like full of my music label where I'm like, I'm gonna listen to it in my free time, I'm gonna listen to it not in my free time. I genuinely might even see if there's a mod for specifically turning on like no clipping, or if there's a setting for that, because that's what's really kind of holding me up on a lot of things, because it's like I can't put a roof there, and I can't put a roof here, I can't put a roof anywhere even close to this rock wall. It's annoying, chat. And then I can't even put one right here. The struggles. We're trying to make it work as best we can. But, is it Nanu God? I'm just trying to make sure I say it right. But, were you just asking to see those stats in the, were you just asking to generally see, like, the upgraded Bastigor stats? Or were you asking to, like, see it, like, in action, like, in a battle or something? Because I don't mind doing either. It's just, like I said, we're on a bit of a time crunch because I'm going to be ending like more or less in like an hour or so. So whatever we're doing with Bastigor, I just got to know what you want. You said it right. Cool. And see, by the way, my name is Indian, so yeah. It's just a little difficult to pronounce. Okay. You said it right. Okay. Nanu. Okay, cool. And if I said it wrong now, let me know. But other than that, I'm going to assume that's what you said was correct. So, but, yeah, I could probably show you that right now, to be honest with you. That's, like, if you wanted to see a fight that's different, but I can show you his stats right now, because I was just showing... Gosh, I'm so bad with names. I was just showing someone in chat a little bit ago, that I had 50 Bastigors all upgraded and ready to go for fighting Xenolord and any other raid bosses. But so here's all my Bastigors. We'll show off the Alpha Pal ones. So I have a few different Alpha Pal varieties, but the main ones I usually go with are, and keep in mind these, as you can see, they have food buffs on at this time. So without any buffs from like PAL boosts, I got we got Bastigor with Serenity, Legend, Demon God, and Siren of the Void. Got those stats there. I know we got like these guys. I got one of these just because it accidentally had Ferocious and I don't want to waste an Alpha Pal. But you could throw Ferocious on, but the main three that I use are this one, the one with Serenity and the 3 rainbow. This one right here, so replace Serenity with Musclehead, so Musclehead, Demon God, Legend, and Siren of the Void. And then the very last combination I do is Legend, Musclehead, Demon God, and Serenity. This is more if you plan on kind of not just sticking with Ice type PAL, or Ice type attacks, I should say. I guess you could also use Dark if you're using Siren of the Void, but point being, if you don't have anything to give elemental boosts, this is the build that I'd recommend if you want to have just like any type of attack do pretty well on Bastigor. Other than that, if you plan on sticking with Ice type moves, I would stick more with either this one, so the Legend, Serenity, Siren of the Void, or Demon God, or the Musclehead variant where it is Musclehead, Legend, Demon God, and Siren of the Void. So I apologize. Oh wait, okay, so you can see stats. I was kind of like eyeballing my screen. I thought my camera was covering up like all the stats. You can't see their health, but so I'll quickly shimmy my camera out of the way for that. Just so you can see their health stats, but you can see the rest of their stats, so that's good. At first I thought I was just showing you all of that and you guys couldn't even see it. But let me shimmy back over them. In terms of health stats though, a fully upgraded with, and I'll also show this as well, just to kind of, so you can see it. As you can see, all these guys are fully maxed out with their potential IVs. But with max IVs, Bastgor's max health will be 1400. And then a regular version will be 1200. So it'll have a good amount of health regardless, but yeah, that's what I would recommend in terms of Bastagor stuff. I think I generally recommended most of this stuff in my Bastagor guide, but yeah, in terms of at least like alpha versus normal, either one will be fine, but obviously if you can get an alpha for that extra bit of health, it's nice. But I know a lot of people in my comments I've been seeing too talk about like the hitboxes being a big disadvantage, but in all reality, I guess it depends on the moves that the enemy's using, but like they're gonna get targeted regardless, like, and that stuff's gonna auto lock them. And honestly, unless you got Anubis, none of your pals are dodging. So I always find that argument a little silly. Like, I get it if it's like we're talking about like Gumos, where like the alpha version is like as big as a building. But other than that, like, oh, sorry, I saw you did comment. I didn't get a chance to respond to it. I apologize about that, Phantom. But yeah, long story, just to finish up my thought on the whole alpha pal thing and hitbox. If it's like a giant like size difference, yeah, like maybe having just a regular version is better, just due to the health difference of 15% for, or 15% more health for alpha pals compared to regular. So it's like, yeah, if you have like a hitbox 4 times the size, then yeah, maybe having just a regular version is better than having a little bit more health. But in most other cases, I'd say the more health is better than the slightly larger hitbox. Unless it's literally like double the size hitbox, like it's probably better to have that extra health. But for should I put Vampiric on Fellback? I would highly recommend it. My Fellbat does not have Vampiric yet, just because this is my pre-Faybreak build. But this is what I got on my Fellbat. So if you'd want my updated opinion on what to put on Fellbat, I would personally go with something like, if you wanted to go with like if you wanted to keep Siren of the Void in the mix, I would go Siren of the Void, Legend, Demon God, Vampiric. If you wanted to have it so they were a little bit more versatile with their attacks, I would go Legend, Musclehead, Serenity, Vampiric. Other than that, I'm trying to think of another build that would work. I say honestly, you could also, if you really want to replace Musclehead out of this build with Vampiric, that would also work. Because the main thing you want to make sure is that you're doing, either you're putting out a lot of damage, or you're putting out a frequent damage, like high consistent damage is what I should say. Yeah, I saw your guide video on him. Yeah, I was gonna say, so like this was the one I used in the guide, but yeah, I'd say if you want to add vampiric to this, so if you wanted my like updated one specifically for Felbat, I would personally go with, yeah, I would personally go with Legend, maybe either Siren of the Void or Demon God, to be honest with you, either or for that, as long as you're getting a 30%. Obviously Siren of the Void would technically be better, but it would just be obviously because of the upgrading the upgraded stats compared to just increasing the base stats for like Demon God. But I would say Legend, Siren of the Void, or Demon God. Musclehead, or I'm sorry, Vampiric, in place of where Musclehead would be on this screen. There, and let me do this because you guys can't see that. Not helpful if you guys can't even see my passives. I keep forgetting. We're moving this right here for now while we're looking at this, because I apologize. You guys can't even see what I'm looking at. So this is what I've been looking at this whole time. So I'd say if you want to update this current passive skill set, like I was saying, Legend, you can either go Siren of the Void or Demon God for that, and then replace Musclehead with Vampiric, and then I'd keep Serenity. By the way, what's your total playtime in Palworld? I think I can double check in a sec, but last time I saw it was 2,800 hours. Do you not put Vanguard? Yeah, I usually don't use anything to buff my personal stats. It's mainly because, especially once you get your character, like once you do hit level 60 and you take all your player like potions to increase your stats, and you upgrade all your stats, and like after just leveling up and getting good armor and all that stuff, in all reality, you don't really need a lot of extra stuff boosting your player's stats, considering that in all reality, your pals are doing a lot of the work. Like, a prime example for this is against raid bosses. In a raid boss situation, you are probably doing about 10% of the work, and that's assuming that you're actually like using heat-seeking missiles, or like just like always putting laser fire on like the raid boss. Other than that, your pals are doing 90% of that work when it comes to damage. And I could see it in like a raid or like a tower boss situation, that being kind of useful. Same with whatever the other one is, and I don't know if it's motivational leader or something like that, but yeah, just the ones that like boost the player's attack and defense. I don't really like putting it on, because at the end of the day, especially once you get to the point of like getting legendary weapons, it kind of becomes irrelevant. Because like if I need an attack boost, I'll use Gobfin. If I need defense boost, I'll just swap around my accessories and put on some extra defense. So it's like, in most of the time I don't need either. The most I'd really need on a day-to-day basis is some extra attack, but all I do is throw a couple maxed out Gobfins in my party. Because most of the time when I'm even fighting stuff, I'm only using a few. Yeah, Felbat and Gobfins. Exactly. So it's like good example for even doing oil rig. Which might be the last thing we do tonight. Because like I said, at least when it comes to the designing stuff, especially when I get tired, it gets difficult to think of stuff that actually looks good. So we might just quickly speed run that. Oh, the God Slayer. Yeah, that's that's my upgraded Chickapee that I'm upgrading. So he's got Diamond Body, Demon God, Vampiric, and Serenity. He's gonna be one of my base defenders, because at this base we have the Great Defender, So we're gonna have the Great Defender, the God Slayer, and then a couple other little fellas defending my bases. So like chat, like great example, if I ever make this like a dedicated world, like I make a backup of it and make a dedicated world for you guys to like play on, you guys will meet the Great Defender and stuff because they will be what is defending my base. So if you guys come and visit the village and stuff, assuming people just don't immediately blow it up, because that'd be kind of lame. Like obviously, like I'd have to save backup files, so like it wouldn't actually be permanently destroyed and wouldn't be my actual world either. It'd be like a separate world. But like, point being, if people just blew it up right away, that'd be really lame. So I hope people wouldn't be lame. Tiny demons. The frog is low-key strong. Hey, I made sure he was goated. If he's gonna be the great defender of this city, he's got to be powerful, chat. He's definitely not like one of the strongest pals in the game, but for what he's got on right now, it's not too bad. For what kind of pal he is, like I'd say the only thing he's lacking on is his health, and that's just because he's not an alpha pal. Yeah, funny enough, me and Nightmare mentioned that earlier. We were talking about it a little bit. What I might do is we might quickly go over it on stream. I don't know if I'll make a little highlight reel of it. If I have more people continue to ask me about it, we might just make a highlight thing. But yeah, we did see that, you know, also for anyone else who I haven't welcomed to the stream yet, welcome to the stream. But saw it. All I can really say about it is that until we get some definitive dates on some of those like roadmap things, like it's cool to know, but at the same time, it's like a lot of that is stuff we kind of already assumed, like, oh, we're gonna get the tree island eventually. We kind of assumed we were gonna get that anyways. In fact, most people assumed that was gonna be like the Fabric Island, but yeah, once we get actual dates, I'll be more interested. But yeah, I did see it and it's interesting, but yeah, I want to see more when specifically we're getting that stuff rather than, oh, we're just getting it. Do souls do anything for Godfin partner skills, or just buffs its stats? Yeah, so when it comes to anything that any pals you're using to buff other pals, like, and it's related to their partner ability, all you have to do is upgrade the pal in a pal condenser. It doesn't matter about what passive skills they have. It doesn't matter about like how strong they actually are. They can all be level 1s if you wanted them to be, but all you need is them to have a max partner skill, and that's all you need. Like, so for Gobfin, doesn't matter about passive skills, doesn't matter about level, doesn't matter about souls. All you need for them, like here, even I can show you. Let me click back into the game. As you can see, Gobfins aren't anything special. None of them have upgraded potential IVs. In fact, this one's IVs kind of suck, like a lot. But the only one that has any is this one, and that's just because I forgot to take off the souls on him. But yeah, none of that matters except for upgrading their partner skill, excuse me, chat, in the pal condenser. So yeah, don't worry about any of that stuff. Yep, exactly, Nightmare, exactly. But chat, because I'm getting a little sleepy, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go quickly do an oil rig run, and then I think we're gonna end things for tonight, because as much as I'd like to actually get more stuff done on the map, like I said, I always have like these little brain farts whenever I do building, because like I know what I want to do, I just don't know how to set it up. It's one, like I say, it's always just a spur of the moment thing of like, oh, this is what I want to build right here. Plus, on top of that, it's just like I'm also not thinking about like the stream whenever I'm playing by myself. I'm just like watching videos, so like I'm just like in my vibe zone chat. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not sitting here talking to myself for 8 hours whenever I play Palworld in my free time. I have Vanguard and Stronghold on mine. I mean, they're not bad skills to have, like especially if you're like playing through the game still. Because here's something else you guys got to remember too, and this is something I've mentioned multiple times in the past. When you're like, I don't even remember how many days we are in this world, but when you're in like the 1,000+ days on a world and like 1,000+ hours on a world, you tend to start playing the game a little differently. You know what I mean? So it's like, good example, like Vanguard and what was it, the other one you mentioned? Stronghold strategist. That's what it was, not motivational leader. Isn't motivational leader the one that upgrades the player's work speed? Because I know there's like the trifecta of those. But yeah, it's like, so like, good example, when I played through the game originally, I did have Stronghold strategists on I think my Jet Dragon or something. But it's like, they're helpful skills to have on your pal, but when you're playing later in the game, especially once you're at the point where you can kind of like, yeah, exactly, min-maxing, where it's like, where you kind of know how to upgrade things properly and like how to do it as efficiently as you can. It's just like, good example, guys, like these 50 Bastigors, it definitely took a long time, but the only thing that really took a long time was condensing all these SOBs, because that's a lot of pals, chat. Let's do that math right now, shall we? So we have 50 fully upgraded Bastigors. One Bastigor takes 116 pals. So, and then on top of all of that, that's just 50. So in total, chat, it took a total of 5,850 pals to get all of these Bastigors. And I've done this multiple times on different pals, and I hated it. I don't know if you guys heard that, but my shoulder popped. That was neat. So, point being, but this took like, I'd say maybe like 5-6 days of like consistently being on, like literally like AFK, sitting here waiting until like 20 eggs were bred, and then like hatching them all, and then just doing that for like 6 hours in like my spare time. But like, yeah, it's just like, point being, once you figure out how to upgrade stuff efficiently, it becomes a lot faster. And you kind of realize too, where it's just like, you realize at a certain point too, especially once you are level 60, have legendary, like I said, legendary weapons, legendary armor, you're like, I don't really need to worry about me doing all this damage, because I have these pals that are like goated to the max. Like, good example, like look at this Bastigor right in front of us. It's just like 1200 health. All of these moves can kill pretty much any regular enemy in like one shot, maybe two if needed. If it's an alpha pal, it might even be a 3. Who knows? The point being is that with these stats being maxed out and everything, all I gotta do if I have an enemy attacking me or a group of enemies attacking me, I just throw this dude out. He just throws down one blizzard spike. All the enemies are gone. So it's like heck, even doing stuff like Palladius and Necromus, like in the past, that used to be such a pain to do. These days, I don't even sweat it. Even though they've had their level increased and whatnot, it's still not that big of a challenge in all reality. At least compared to what they used to be. Like, literally, the only way I used to be able to beat them is if I went at night and I fought Necromus first, and then once it became daytime, that's when I fought Palladius. But now these days, like, I can just run in whenever and fight both and catch both of them, no problem. So it's like, once again, once you just get to a certain point in the game where it's like, Like, chat, the only way I can describe it is that in all reality, I've probably beaten the game about 50 times over. Like, when you have fully, like, condensed, like, worker pals, fully condensed... Chat, only way I can describe it. We're gonna go big screen for this. When you're at the point where you're making upgrade guides for every pal in the game for funsies, you definitely play the game different than someone who's like a level 20 right now and is still just like at their first base, still upgrading their like thing. Like, I haven't thought about upgrading my like actual like pal box in like forever. Like, I only had to do it recently because of Faybreak, but it took me like 3 seconds because I just built everything I needed at my base, and I'm like, all right, quick upgrade, done. Took me like 5 seconds. It wasn't like actually like, oh, now I need to get all this stuff to build this. Now I need all this stuff. No, I was like, no, I have like 100,000 plus of every material I could ever need, plus like 200 million gold. Like, I don't need any more, nothing. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I lied. I don't have 200 million gold. I have 2 billion gold. Because it's what, is it 999,999? I don't remember how much I have. I have a lot, chat. That's the point, is what I'm trying to get at. It's like, I have more than anything I could ever need. It's like, you know, specifically on this world, it is not a challenge. So to wrap up my point of what I was trying to make is, someone who's still playing the game and just playing through the game as is definitely going to play it differently than how I play it, but all the info I give is still like relevant. It's just a matter of like, I don't know. Also too, it'd be like, I don't know, at least in like the guide sense, it's like, I feel like being like, oh, like you could, because, okay, I'm trying to figure out how to like properly word this, especially since it's late. My brain doesn't want to form sentences properly, but in the guides, they're mainly meant to like upgrade your pal and not to just give you like every sort of like upgrade you could do to like benefit you and your pals. Like, essentially I'm having it so it's like, if you plan on using your pals as your main source, because if you planned on doing stuff like adding in like you were talking about before, like a Vanguard and Stronghold strategist, it's like, yeah, you can do a million different combinations of passive skills that aren't like related to increasing your pal stats, but specifically my guides are for making your pals as strong as possible rather than like upgrading your character in general. Like, if I ever make a guide on how to like upgrade your character and stuff, like I'll probably talk about like those passive skills, but like in terms of my guides, that's why I don't mention them, because it's like, as useful as they are, they don't actually benefit your pal in any capacity. It's all like, all those do is benefit you. So if you planned on like good example, like let's say you plan on doing a like no damage run in Palworld, which honestly I think would be a pretty crazy like playthrough. Like, you don't do damage, only pals can do damage or something. I don't know exactly how you'd word it, but it's like, point being is like, if you plan on doing something like that, like it'd be different, because yeah, having that extra defense or whatever would be helpful. But like, other than that, I don't know. It's one of those things, like I said, when you're trying to make a guide for helping people upgrade a pal, and when you start throwing in variables like that, it can make a 8-minute video like 20 minutes in all reality. Because like, I could like suggest like 20 different variants of passive skill combinations, or I could, or even better, I could literally be like, throw every single passive skill on the screen that's not negative and be like, by the way, any of these passive skills would also be good on your pal. And just have like 50 passive skills on screen. I think maxing the IVs takes the most time for me. Yeah, that's probably the thing that takes the most amount of time for a lot of people. So you're not alone there, Christian. It's just like, IVs are always the biggest hassle. Like, even for me, I hate upgrading IVs. That's why it's like, to be honest, whenever I get a pal with like low IVs, but it's like got all the passes I got, I'm like, Do I just gamble and hopefully get one with better passive skills, or what's my play here? Because gosh, yeah, when I hate. That's another reason why I breed a majority of my pals that I need, because I just take pals that I already have maxed out and figure out combinations that'll work for getting those IVs onto that pal, or onto like future pal, I should say, because it is such a pain to get IVs. So it's like if you could have like 2 pals that already have max IVs breed to make like the pal you need, it just saves you so much time and resources in all reality. Because yeah, even with the extra ways to get pal fruits and stuff, it is still a hassle and then some. Next update, IV fruit tree plantation at level 65. That would be Pog. Even if it's not that, it's just like something better to get pal fruits, because it's like excuse me, chat, you'll probably hear me yawning. I'm sorry if I make anyone else yawn, because I'm getting tired. This is why we're also gonna end this stream shortly. So let's fight, grab our pals for this thing, we'll play and talk. But yeah, literally, what's it called? I hope they do just, at least when I was, okay, what I was saying about bounty tokens, sorry. I like how they added bounty tokens where you can get pal fruits that way, but the fact that it needs 70 pal tokens, or 70 bounty tokens, is like insane for one. They need to decrease that amount to like 35 or something. Because like 70 is just insane. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, like for the sake of like grinding resources, and this is also just the fact because I'm on a solo world, so do not have friends helping me get resources. But yeah, like I play on like triple like gathering resources and stuff, and some of this stuff is just so painful to get. Like, so like good example, like when I do like Mimogs and stuff, like I'll have like triple resources on to get more stuff, which by the way, I will note too that if I ever make a guide on how to get dog coins and just like pal fruits and stuff, which technically I already do in my guides, the point being, if I do something like that in the future, like all the stuff I'll mention will be relevant to just like people who play on any settings. But yeah, like in my personal day-to-day life, like I crank them bitches up, because dog coins and pal fruits, especially for doing upgrade guides, is a pain, and I hate it. I wonder what gives you more bounty tokens, the butchering machine or butchering with Splatterina next to you with butcher knife. It doesn't matter. I tested with Splatterina because I was also curious. I don't know if it's just glitched, because I haven't tested with the actual regular pals, but in terms of like people and NPCs, Splatterina does not do anything. So like I have a level 3 Splatterina. Where is it? Right there. So I have, technically it's like level 4 or whatever you want to call it. See, that's why I get so confusing, because it's like it's 3 stars, but it's a level 4. It's like, it's so confusing when it comes to like talking about levels and stuff. But point being, I tested it out with having it in my party, having it out by me, and I butchered some, I think it was honestly like the last stream, or maybe even the stream before that, but I swear I did it on stream, because someone asked that question. But point being though, yeah, I tested it out, and unless it's just glitched and their ability doesn't work, because like I said, I didn't try it with regular pals. With NPCs though, it does not give you any extra like bounty tokens or anything like that. So sadly, besides just catching them and butchering them, there is no faster way of getting bounty tokens. So that's why I say like they gotta make it so either like we were just talking about, they gotta actually make it so Splatterina's ability affects the like people, or We just got to get it so those prices are a lot lower, because 70 per pal fruit is kind of insane. That's why I've been just grinding out raid bosses, because I'm tired of trying to stockpile 70 of these just to buy a few. I'm being stupid, chat. Ignore me. My brain's just trying to process enough so that way I can do the oil rig and we can end the stream. Also before my camera battery dies, so I should probably get my head on and actually start fighting this thing. I just need Knocklem. We'll grab this guy. I like using him. He's pretty powerful. Alright, only other thing we're grabbing is... I guess we already have that. We're not grabbing anything. We're dropping stuff off in our thingy, and then we're gonna go fight the Hemana Chopper. I'd be fine with 25 per fruit. Yeah, exactly. Like I said 35 just because that's half of 70, but literally anything that's cheaper. Does their passive work on PAL disassembly converter? Yeah, only the butchering knife, sadly. Like I said, I'm assuming her regular, it just doesn't work on actual like human / NPCs, but on PALs it only works with the knife. I'm pretty good with all this. Do that just so we're not dying of cold when we go there. Also, if you guys couldn't hear in my voice, I can definitely hear it in my voice. It is definitely getting a bit hoarse, so probably not a bad idea to start wrapping things up anyways. Alright. This is the right dude, right? Cool. We're gonna quickly teleport to this base. Grab a little bit of food, and then we'll go fight it. If you could assign pals to the disassembly machine, her partner skills would work on it. Yeah, I was gonna say if you could, but I don't think that's a thing. It's one of those things where it's like, it sounds like a great ability, but then when you actually like get into the nitty gritty of it, it's like, oh, it's all right, I guess. Like, here's a great way of putting it once again. If you're early on in the game, still using a butcher knife, do not have a PAL disassembly conveyor, it's just like probably a fantastic PAL. But where I'm at a point where I'm butchering hundreds of pals that I don't need, because I don't need to keep condensing pal that after a certain point I just start destroying them, because what else do I do with them? Because they sell for nothing, so it's like I'm just gonna get their resources. But it's like, yeah, it's just like it's good if you're still progressing through the game, but once you get to like the point where once again you're just like having fun, like it's a pretty useless ability in all like reality. It's just not good. Like the second I was able to build a disassembly machine, I have never touched a butchering knife ever again, except for if I need to use it for like a video. Make it like Shroomer or Lilius. Just exactly. Just like if they're at your base, it gives you more or something, instead of, I don't even understand the proper like the exact wording of it too. It's already like, even it's actually I will go through that because I'm lowering the thing. Even the definition while in possession, because no other PAL has that description of while in possession. It's usually while in party, while in your base, while mounted, etc, etc, etc. So it's like, I don't even know what if it's just them saying the same thing just differently, but I don't exactly know what while in possession means compared to, once again, like while in your party or whatever. It's like, does just having it work? Like, does having it in my party make the effects work? Like, it's just like a very broad description, considering that, once again, no other PAL has this description of saying while in possession. It's either, like I said, while in party or something similar to that. So I don't even know. All I can say is with NPCs, I can 100% say that it does not work. All right, let's go fight a hem and a chopper before my camera battery dies, because I'd like to say bye to you guys with a face cam. It feels weird when it dies because I don't have another camera battery charged. All right. Hold on, I gotta clear my throat. Hold that thought. Ugh. That's why I drank some water when I took a break switching out camera batteries. Alright, let's get it, chat. By the way, I don't know if Phantom is still here. I think he was the one that was asking about the Fellbat guide. Vampiric's not necessary, but Fellbat obviously is one of the few PALs where that is like extra useful compared to other PALs that just have Vampiric, because with their lifesteal ability, it doesn't help you, sadly. Like, it doesn't give you more lifesteal, but at least for giving Fellbat more lifesteal, I could definitely see it. A lot of people taking advantage of that in a lot of ways to making a pretty broken Fellbat. So, but just want to mention that since that just popped into my head. Also, we're keeping my camera right there because I don't care. All right, right there. Cool beans. Yeet. Do we put on some more, like, exciting music, chat? Let's pull you back because you're dying. That's cool. We need some more epic music. This is very boring. I'm gonna hope to not die in the process. I'm kind of like half watching my screen right now. There. Let's put on some more appropriate music for this battle. Oh, fine. I guess we'll put this back where it belongs, since those are already tapped out. I love the fact I can be Team Rock and steal pals from trainers. Yeah, pretty much. I like the fact I can just steal trainers. Like, I was collecting every variety of at a certain point, I was collecting every type of NPC, but then I got shooting out of his ass. He's got explosive diarrhea, chat. Ow. Rude. Oh, that's fighting a good fight down here, apparently. Gotta make sure he doesn't die, though. Oh, I forgot to get defense food. That's why my guys are dying so easily. I'm like, why are all my guys dying faster than normal? Normally I carry defense food, but recently, since I've been building, I've had the chickpea stuff because that gives work speed. Ow. Rude. Didn't ask. I have explosive diarrhea after taco night. Don't we all? it. I should have grabbed some health potions, but then again, if I just grabbed defense potions, this wouldn't have been a issue in the first place. And I think to fight the actual boss, I already know what we're gonna do. What are you looking at, dummy? I like how they just like slowly creep. Like they can't get a shot on you, those slowly creep. So like I had like a swarm of like 20 of them just like slowly creeping around a corner one time because they were all just like trying to shoot me and like ready to shoot, but they couldn't see me yet, so they were just like creeping up a staircase. It was pretty funny. But like I was saying, I think the plan is we're gonna quickly kill these guys that are over here, so we got some room, but we're just gonna go fight them where this other chest would normally be. Didn't ask, buddy. Honestly, I just want to kill this last guy here, because there we go. Or at least get him off the thing. What up, nerds? I don't care how many of you guys try to chase me down now. I just needed this cleared off. You dummies can't get up here. Don't shoot at my pal. That's rude. Oh, you're not dead. Hey. Nice job hitting that pole, buddy. Proud of you. I hope we can mod our guns in the future. Imagine a homing minigun. I think that'd be pretty cool, or just like being able to add like attachments like a scope to give it more range or something. Or like there's like suppressed guns, so you can shoot them and pals won't notice it or whatever. Just like general things to make guns a little bit more versatile rather than just like cool. It's Pokemon, but with guns. Like, let's change it up. Let's make things. If we're gonna make guns, let's go balls to the walls with it. You know what I mean? Like, don't just give me a gun. Let me like put on like a laser sight. Let me like you said, like homing missile. Like, give me tracer bullets to like put through the skull of this cute little penguin creature. Like, I want it all, baby. Love that. Coward, come back. I'll take the crits though. Turn a single shot rifle into a sniper with a scope and a silencer. Yeah, something like that, exactly. Or even heck, since you mentioned just single shot, like if you could like put on an attachment to make it like, or you can unlock like abilities on guns, like a good example, the assault rifle or whatever, you could swap it so it could be like go from semi-auto to full auto or burst or something. Just literally anything besides just you built gun, now you can shoot gun, congrats. Just something that's not just the super generic like stuff. Literally anything. Take literally what any sort of first-person shooter has done within the past 10 years and just do that. Hell, giving us like a first-person way to play would be pretty cool in general. It'd probably be hella hard to do because I've heard about all the pains that they not they had to do, but like companies like Rockstar and all these other games that have a first and third person mode. It's like it's difficult to do, but literally like just anything Like, and I only suggest that because I know Fortnite made it so you could, like, you're in third person, but obviously you can go in first person to look through scopes now. But yeah, it's just like anything with guns to make them better besides just, once again, like, honestly, one thing I think would be a massive game changer if you could put an attachment on, like, for sleight of hand to make, like, reloading faster. Or hell, even if it was a passive skill that a pal got where it's like reload speed's 25% faster. Like, yeah, just anything to make weapons more useful. Because I think it needs to be a fine balance in this game where your pals can't do all the work, but your character can't do all the work either. It needs to be a balance of both you and your pal are both powerful and broken. So it's like, I feel like they definitely gotta keep improving the player side of things. Like, I think what they're doing with pals is pretty good, but I definitely think in terms of improving the player, they gotta add some more stuff that could be a wee bit better. I haven't played Fortnite since they stopped supporting the PvE mode. Yeah, I remember when they stopped supporting that. It's just the big joke around that is just like, oh, well, the game started on Save the World, and then because the Battle Royale just got so massive, they literally completely forgot and gave up on the Save the World aspect. Even though in all reality, that's what like got people into the game in the first place. So it's just like, it's kind of a kick in the balls for those fans. But I mean, I get it. In all reality, like, compared to the Battle Royale, the Save the World was kind of an absolute flop. But then again, they also didn't give it as much love and care as they probably should have. Even though they did put some work into it, it's like they definitely could have done a lot more. Like, I personally never played it, but my little brother played it, and I know other people who played it, and it's just like, it definitely sounded like they kind of dropped the ball on the actual Save the World, and that's why it kind of had poor sales. Because once again, they just started focusing on the Battle Royale aspect so much, they just stopped actually like working on the game that it was originally supposed to be. Like, the Battle Royale is supposed to be a side project. Oh boy, chat, I'm so excited for a blue advanced bow. It's not like I have a legendary one right here. Yay. And this is why I'm like doing these oil rig runs as much as I can, because like, if I'm just getting crap, blue, okay, I understand blue. Blue is like not that bad. I just am a petty baby and I'm like, oh, I need the best. But in all seriousness though, like, we already had this conversation, so I won't, or like on a different stream, so I won't go over it completely again. But the fact that you can get green stuff from this chest is insane, chat. The fact that this oil rig is as hard as it is, and I literally take down a goddamn helicopter with missiles and everything, and you give me a green advanced bow. I know the one we got was blue, but I've gotten green ones, multiple of them from that chest. So it's like, this is the hardest thing you could probably do in the game besides Xenolore at the moment. And maybe if you also want to throw in Bjorn on hard difficulty. I wouldn't even consider the regular one to be part of it on hard difficulty. Other than that, this oil rig is 100% the hardest challenge in the game at this time. And you give me a green advanced bow, like, out of the hardest chest to get, that I once again gotta take down a goddamn helicopter for. Like, come on, game. And the fact too, like, I swear that in their most recent updates, you know, we're gonna quickly do this since we're kind of wrapping up for the night. Let me pull up Steam quick. We're also gonna flip back to the lo-fi music now that we're done with the other thingy thing. Shuffle, there we go. Can I do this in a way where I'm not gonna dox myself? Hold up. I'm probably gonna dox myself, but it's fine. You know, we can even do this too. We'll kind of go over the roadmap since we're definitely kind of like vibing for the rest of the stream. Just making sure this isn't gonna like once again dox me. I think we'll be okay. Chad, welcome to Steam. Gonna be a little cut off, but that's just so it fits in the whole screen. For starters, for those that are curious, right there for you. 2,900 hours on Palworld at the moment, so 2,900. Yeah, I have a lot of hours on this game, chat. Like a very, very unhealthy amount of hours, but that is how many I have. But actually, this is what I want to go over first. I want to go over the things that were in this update from the 14th. It literally says, let's see where, because I know they said something about, yeah. Right here. Increase the drop rate of legendary blueprints from the large chests on the oil rig and removed uncommon blueprints from the large chest loot table. I've gotten green stuff, which is uncommon still. They definitely did not remove it. This past chest, it was obviously blue, but I've still gotten multiple green ones since this update, so this is just flat out wrong. Maybe they updated the drop rate of legendary items, but I'll tell you what, I still haven't gotten that many legendary items. So I call bull on that. But it's like, I don't know. That's I don't know if they actually did that, chat. I don't know if they actually did that in the update. We're gonna go through this though, because I know we were already kind of talking about this. Is this picture just essentially the same thing? I'm not clicking that. That's the soundtrack. Which, by the way, if you guys want the soundtrack, that I have muted, like I've had probably muted for the past like 2,000 hours of playtime, but if you want to listen to music, it's available. But I'm assuming that from just kind of eyeballing the thing below, it just seems like this is the same thing. So we're just gonna go through all this instead. So we'll just go through the highlighted part. So for starters, co-op crossplay. I think that's just going to be a massive thing, especially once again if we end up starting a dedicated server or something for the Speakerhead squad. Yeah, it's just like having that crossplay is going to be massive. So I'm hoping that'll be a sooner or later thing, but at the same time, me personally, I wouldn't be as upset if it came out like in a year from now compared to something that'd be like a soon update. But yeah, like good example, some of these later things are things I'd much rather have before crossplay, in my personal opinion. But then again, I really don't play with other people, so I'm sure people who have a lot of friends they want to play with on multiple varieties of consoles and PCs and whatnot. Excuse me, I was like burping, but it was like, yeah, I just would prefer other things over crossplay, but I hope we do eventually get it. Feels like a waste of missiles. Yeah, I know you said that a while ago about the helicopter, but yeah, it is just a massive waste of missiles. Also, Fortnite is just a massive sellout at this point. Yeah, I was gonna say the second that they officially had more like what's it called? I don't know if copywritten names, like the second they had more IPs, like just random like brand IPs in the game as like skins compared to original skins, that's how you knew they were just selling out, which is when I honestly kind of stopped caring, because I was really into it, but then after a certain point I'm like, I'm not spending $1,000 on this game, even though I probably already have. I'm not spending another $1,000, so then I stopped. X-Play co-op is gonna be tricky with PC and mods. Yeah, that's gonna be one of those things where it's like, I feel like it's possible, but any of those servers that have that, either people that don't have the mods installed just won't be able to like join those servers, or the people will just be missing a lot from those worlds, like, because obviously textures won't be in the game, or it'll be like the like Gmod error thing for a lot of things. But yeah, I agree. I think mods will be a bit tricky, but at the same time, I think they're going off the basis of people not using mods and playing vanilla, or as vanilla as you can get, like in terms of like adjusting settings and whatnot. But like in terms of like installing mods and like putting them in files into the actual game's memories or like files and stuff, it's like, yeah, I think that'll be a bit tricky. I feel like they should take a look at what mods are popular and incorporate them into base game. Exactly. That's what I feel like a lot of companies should honestly do. Like, funny enough, this is the last tangent I go on before we continue going through this stuff, because there is some exciting stuff I did kind of want to mention. But yeah, in terms of like modding, the best example of this is Among Us, because that's why Among Us kind of died off, chat, because essentially by the time the developers actually added stuff into the game, first off, they're essentially just mods, but the problem was there were mods that were already in the game for like 3+ months, and then on top of that, they were on top of adding old mods that were already in the game that everyone already used and were bored of. They weren't even as good as the original mods from what I remember. So it's like, at the end of the day, they should look at mods, because like you were kind of saying, what we're implying is like, whatever modders are adding to the game, it's probably what a lot of other people want in the game as well. Like that's why one of the top mods, like I don't download any mods, but I know one of the top mods for this game is the Pokemon mod, where it makes the pals Pokemon. Why do you think that? Because people always said, before even this game came out like 2 years ago, people were like, Pokemon with guns, Pokemon with guns. So guess what one of the first big mods to come out was? A Pokemon mod. Like, it's just like, yeah, like, whatever. Obviously, they can't add Pokemon for, like, very obvious reasons. But point being is, like, yeah, they should look at modders in, like, mod packs for, like, what to add to the game. Because it's, like, that's what people want. The mods wouldn't exist if people didn't want them. Bethesda allows us to mod both Skyrim and Fallout 4 on all platforms. I mean, that's the thing. It's just, like, Pocket Pair allows that too. They literally have a section for like talking about like, hey, by the way, like in updates your mods might not work because stuff like gets messed up in coding when we do updates, but like they're fully aware mods exist for this game. So it's just like, it's a matter of how they go about working with them. If they just are just like cool with them but don't actually like pay any attention to them, or if they actually pay attention to them and actually get like take notes from those mods and actually add those into the game, But yeah, it's like, I think all companies, especially if like it's games that it can definitely have like mods and improvements added to like more fun, I would say, to just like add more enjoyment to the game and then just add more variety. Like, yeah, like if people are already doing it, just do it yourself. You're a big company with way more people that could probably do it better. So just do it. Do it. Don't let your memes be dreams. Only for PC as of right now, though. Ah, gotcha. But I mean, like, it's still what I said. My point still stands, where it's just like, I think every company, especially ones that are like Skyrim or especially open survival games like this, where it's just like, you know, people are gonna add mods in it. Just look to see what those people are doing and add it to the game. If anything, if you have the money, hire them and then put those modders on your team and have them make mods for your game. Because clearly they already know what people want. And they know how to do it. I was going to grab my controller, but I do want to go over the rest of this stuff fast. We're even going to make this a little... That is not what I meant to do. I moved chat. We're going to do this to make this a little bigger on screen, so we can see this all. So... the stuff that I am personally excited about, world transfers for pals, that is massive. If they can do this, this would be huge, especially for like dedicated servers and stuff, because something that I want to do, and I probably mentioned it on stream, I wanted to eventually get a thing where I get a bunch of creators, like Palworld creators. Ironically, I'd have to actually start looking up like Palworld content and watching that to start learning about different creators. The point being, thank you, Andrew. Is that Macbeth? Andrew Macbeth, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate the support. But like I was saying, I want to get a big tournament of creators and essentially just like do a straight up big tournament. But the problem was, I was like, I'm gonna have to like hire modders and essentially have them mod in people's pals that they want to use. Because, like, obviously we'll probably have to do, like, a thing where either they're streaming it or whatnot, but we'll have to make sure all stats and whatnot are legal and all pals are legal. But it's just, like, I was thinking about, like, how do I do this? But, like, Hunger Games would be cool, but I feel like that also would be difficult to do. Mainly because it's, like... Because I've done Hunger Games on like Minecraft and stuff. The only problem with it is like it has to be a very fast-paced type thing, because if you give people the luxury of like hunkering down and just like setting up in like a little crevice somewhere and building like a base and like building themselves up, like what could be like a Hunger Games thing you think is going to be a couple hours can be like a 4-day or week-long like experience, just because it's like, okay, well, everyone else is dead except for this one guy who made a base like inside of like a dungeon or something. Like, good example, I don't know if it still exists, but like I know there was a spot where there was supposed to be like you could just glitch through the wall and there was just like this area for testing, and it's just like you can make a base there if you wanted to, but it's like, or essentially what it was it might actually be filled by this point because there have been more pals added, but it was like, it was one of the spots, like the cave spots where you'd find like an alpha pal and fight it and catch it or whatnot, but like it was an empty one, so it's like people just made that their base. But it's like, if you got someone like that where it's like they're in this hidden spot and it's like, all right, well, how do we win this Hunger Game, because like we literally can't find you. So, but long story short though, world transfer for pals, I think that would be massive, like genuinely massive, chat. Like that would be a genuine game changer for Palworld in like how dedicated servers and all that stuff runs and functions, including like selling and like buying pals from people. Like genuinely, and I'm not even like dead ass no cap, there might genuinely start like an actual like IRL like marketplace like current, maybe not currency, but like value for like pals, like fully upgraded pals, like a Xenolore with full rainbow stats. Like someone might actually pay like $10 for that pal, you know what I mean? It's just like once you start getting a thing where you can like it matters more to have your pals like fully upgraded and stuff. It's like, yeah, like that could genuinely be a thing. So, but regardless of what it's actually used for, I think just having that idea of being able to transfer your pals from world to world would be sick. I think it'd be awesome to start a brand new world and just have my like fully upgraded Jet Dragon with me. That'd be awesome. And then like with those pals, you like, that's how I do like my run of like starting a world where it's like I get 5 pals from my good world, but all of their stats are cranked down so they do no damage and immediately get one shot, but they're my pals. But just to quickly speed run through the rest of this stuff before, because it's already almost 2, my camera's definitely gonna die here in a sec. Just to speed run through the rest of this. Talked about this, unless they give me a date. Cool beans, we already know the tree's coming eventually. Further ways to strengthen and improve pals once again. It's just like Daybreak, it's like cool. We're gonna, unless you give me actual details, like cool, you're just, all this could mean is you can upgrade your pals more into statue power. You might get another level for upgrading your pals partner ability. And then like you get, once again, just power increase from power like levels. So like nothing really would make a speed run fun. Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. It's like, yeah, like you just get like, gotta beat the game as fast as you can, like starting out day 1, but like you just have a maxed out Xenoguard immediately. Or Xenolore, I mean. But yeah, like I was saying though, until they give us like more details of what this stuff is and when it might actually come to the game, cool. I can make my pals stronger in the future. No idea how, so I don't really care. And then once again, various new content such as new pals and technologies. I just assume this from future updates anyways. You didn't need to tell me that. You know what I mean? Game collaborations, once again, cool to know, I guess, but like, okay, I personally don't care about game collaborations. More people who care about this kind of stuff, good for you, but like, I don't care. Like, good example, even games that I play like Rocket League and whatnot, is like you put a Rocket or a Palworld skin or something in tires or whatever in that. It's like, cool. Am I gonna get it? No, because I'm not that big of a Palworld fan, at least not in that sense. Like, I enjoy the game, but I don't care about the actual merch side of things. Improvements to world object placement. I feel like they just have been saying that since the game came out, and I have a feeling that this is going to be a common thing, even when the game is fully released. Improvement to base pals. Once again, it's just one of those cool, you can just literally do that in update. Isn't that literally what this past update was? You know what I mean? And then just like for the last 2, it's just like improvements on optimization and optimizations on UX. It's like, cool, this is just stuff I assumed you're going to be doing anyways, but I mean, thanks for telling me. So it's like, this is why I didn't make a video on it, by the way, because it's just like, all this stuff, it's like, is it cool to know that this stuff is eventually coming? Sure. But it's just like, assuming that the game wasn't going to get nuked out of oblivion from Nintendo, I kind of assumed 90% of this stuff was going to be coming anyways. I'd say the only things that are like genuine, like newsworthy, is the co-op crossplay. Oh, there goes the thing. Like I was saying though, is co-op crossplay isn't like a big thing. This is probably the biggest thing right here, to be 100% honest with you. World transfer for pals, like that is huge. That is the biggest thing that is out of all this, because like, once again, world tree, We all assumed that was coming. Further ways to strengthen and improve your pals. We all assumed that was going to happen as you leveled up your pals and they just added more stuff to the game. Various new content such as new pals and technologies. It's like the fact that like that right there is such like a, once again, I don't know if it's just because like the creators aren't like, don't speak English, like they're from Japan or whatever, but like that's one of those things where it's just like various new content such as new pals and technologies. It's like, no shit, that's just called adding more stuff to the game. Like, isn't that just what updating the game is? Like adding more? Like it's in early access. Of course you're gonna add new content. And once again, adding new pals. Of course you're gonna add new pals if you're gonna adding new islands and all these new places and whatnot. Like if you just kept the same pals, that'd be pretty lame, considering how dedicated you're in for the game. And then new technologies. Once again, if you level up, you're gonna have new technology points from new stuff. So like yes, that it's just all assumed. And then finally for like game collaborations, okay, good for you. Congrats. You're gonna be, I'm gonna see Cativa skins in every fucking game I play now. Same with Chillet skins. Cool. And then in like improvement to base pals, improvement to optimization, world object placement. It's like cool. Like I'm glad you told us that, but is that like really like roadmap worthy? You know what I mean? You could have just said that as like a note in the update, like in the past update. You know what I mean? Like none of that is like actually like newsworthy. Like if they said like we're gonna be getting this island, we're gonna be this once again, the tree kind of like good to know, but it's like unless they give us the date on it, it's like we already kind of assumed we were getting it. I didn't know if we were gonna get it this year, but I guess we're getting it this year, probably, maybe, assuming that's what this all means. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'd say everything from the world tree, everything from here down is a lot of okay, who cares? We already either knew this or assumed this already. So, or once again, this is just like stuff that they should have just been doing, period, and they didn't need to like tell us. We're like, once again, like improvements to base pals, like that's what you've done in the past like 3 updates. Like, why are you telling us you're doing it more? Isn't that what you've already been doing? And then just other basic stuff. It's like cool, but like who cares? That's like the only way I can say it. It's like, thanks for letting us know, but like we already assumed you were doing this anyways, so why? Collabs could give us some pals from their games, like Terraria could give us the Butterfly Queen. Yeah, if they do something like that, if they like obviously with Meow Meow, that's one thing. I don't know how much they'll actually like take from other games and throw it into Palworld, because the real question is how much do they want to keep Palworld as its own independent property, and how much do they want to sell out to other companies? Because that's another thing too, where it's like the more collaboration stuff they put into Palworld, the more it takes away from its identity. It's kind of like the Fortnite thing we were talking about before. It's just like if they put in too much stuff from other games, like Palworld kind of loses its identity, as considering it's already got like a bit of a flimsy identity, being just like, once again, as we always keep saying, Pokemon with guns. It's like, considering that's literally what it's known for and known as, like I feel like throwing more things like Pokemon with guns, that's also a big like shit show of like random other stuff thrown in. It's like, it depends on, yeah, it just depends on how much they decide to, like, I think adding items from games is fine. Like, good example, Meow Meow is probably a great example of something from Terraria that they could have like added to like, to be honest, I didn't even think that we were getting anything from Terraria in Palworld. I thought it was just doing a collaboration. There's just gonna be like Palworld related stuff in Terraria. Cool beans. Because like that's how it works with like a lot of other games. Like, good example, like I've played Smite a lot in the past. Like when Smite did a collaboration with Ruby, it's not like Ruby the anime was like, alright guys, I'm Ruby Rose, I'm gonna go play Smite now. It's just like that's not how it worked. Like, it was like they just gave you skins and that was it. So I thought it was gonna be a similar thing, like you just got skins in Terraria, or you got like special mobs or a special quest or whatever it is. I honestly didn't play that much Terraria. I just know that it's a lot like Minecraft, but in a 2D platform, kind of, with a lot more stuff, essentially. But I guess, sorry, I like kind of lost my train of thought. But oh yeah, with collaborations. But yeah, I guess we'll see with those collaborations. But once again, a majority of stuff, like especially like the main one that I'm like just staring at, is various new content such as new pals and technologies. Like, out of every update we've gotten, especially if it is concerned adding an island or any sort of big content, when have we not gotten new pals? You know? Like, they're definitely gonna keep adding new pals. Like, that, unless they like say they're like they've reached the amount that they want to add. Like, we're always assuming that they're gonna be adding new pals and new content. Especially, once again, the fact that it's still early access. It's like, if the game was fully released, okay, this would be cool to know. But it's also in early access, dude. Like, the game's not officially fully done. Like, it's not officially released. Like, it's like, no shit, you're still doing a bunch of work on the game. So it's like, and don't get me wrong, I think it's impressive of what they've done in the past year, especially with all the BS with Nintendo and stuff that they've had to deal with or whatever. But considering that the game's still here and they're only pushing it further, it's like, I think they're doing pretty good. It's just they got a lot more work to do now that they're kind of past this rough patch of hopefully not having to worry about being sued anymore. Because once this Nintendo lawsuit is officially like 100% in the past, it's like Palworld can just focus on making a great game, and they definitely have the resources now to do it. Because it's like, with Daybreak, they had another massive spike in players, and it's like it was one of the most like consistent player bases they've had since launch. So as long as they keep doing what they're doing, I think they'll be a-okay. I just want a power. Give us gunpowder. Ah. I'm assuming you're talking about from like a farm, because technically we already have the Tokos for gunpowder, but I'm assuming you're talking about like you put them in a ranch and then they just like casually give you gunpowder, or like an actual spot to mine it. But yeah, I think a better way of getting gunpowder would be nice, but I don't know. I think the fact that we have sulfur mines is good enough for me. Like, to be honest with you, I have like way more gunpowder than I could ever need, just because I have so much sulfur saved up, because that's pretty easy to mine, at least compared to other mines from what I've seen. The only other type of pal I'd got on my way to get would be a more traditional bat pal. Yeah, that's the thing too. They got a lot of stuff they can do for pals in the future. It's just a matter of like, once again, where they want to end adding pals. But until the game says, or until that early access thing goes away, is what I should say. Until that goes away, I'm assuming we'll always be getting new pals. I'm assuming we'll be getting plenty of new content. I assume plenty of new everything, essentially. New maps, new island, or new maps, new weapons, new structures, new pals, new everything. Even new stuff that's not even incorporated in the game yet. I'm expecting it all. Until that early access label goes away, I will always be assuming that. So it's like, there's no reason they need to tell us, oh, by the way, we're going to be improving the game and how stuff is placed. It's like, bro, the game's been out for a year. You should already, if it's not already fixed, you should already still be working on it. You know what I mean? it just feels redundant. So, but the other two things, the world transfer for pals and co-op crossplay, I think that would be pretty sick in a lot of ways and could make some really cool things happen. A lot of giant can worlds. But on that note, chat, it's 2 a.m. I gotta be up for work in like 3 hours. We're ending stream here. It has been fun. Next time I stream, it'll probably be on the weekend, but hopefully it'll be a bit longer of a stream. I know this is still 4 hours, but hopefully the next one will be fairly long. So chat, yeah, we're done. Appreciate everybody for stopping into the stream tonight. It's been pretty fun. Nice little relaxed stream. Obviously I'm a bit more tired and chill than normal. Not able to read very well, but it is what it is. Once again, I mean, not every night, considering how I explained my sleep schedule earlier. Considering I like live off of like more or less 4 hours of sleep every night. Yeah, I don't know what you can expect, but if you enjoyed the stream, once again, make sure to leave a like. Also, if you enjoyed either the content, stream, whatever, make sure to also subscribe if you haven't already. It'd be really cool to hit 2K subscribers. We're really close. I think we're at around like 1.95K. So yeah, if you want to help us reach that 2K mark, yeah, make sure to subscribe. Literally, you might even be able to see my eyes are like more closed than normal because I'm literally like having trouble keeping them open. But yeah, we're gonna end it. Y'all have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time period it is, and I'll catch y'all in the next stream. So with that, like I said, take it easy, everybody, and I'll catch y'all later. See ya, chat.